are coming to you from Tech Park, where this afternoon, WGN Sports presents White Sox Baseball. It's Jim Thome, Paul Canerico, and Ozzie Guillen's White Sox as they get set to butt heads with Derek Lee and Lou Piniella's 2007 Chicago Cubs. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With DJ Darren Jackson, I'm Ken Harrell, since we get set to bring you today's game on a beautiful but hot afternoon here in Tucson, Arizona. Sox come in. Their starting pitching has been struggling all spring long. They have over a 9 ERA. And Avi Vasquez out on the bump this afternoon. He has been struggling, but last time out, there was some good signs.
Yeah, he started that game out poorly last time out. Gave up 10 hits the first 15 guys he faced, but then all of a sudden, 8 out of the last 9 in that ball game, he shut them down, had no problems. And I think for Javier, he's one of those players that he's got to get out there, he's got to get a feel for the game, settle in, and then he becomes dominating. He's just got to get that approach from the first pitch of the ball game, and he's going to go ahead and live up to what we've always thought he can do, and that's be far better than a 500 pitcher.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, 4-time winner of the World Beer Cup Gold. Miller Lite, good call. Pepsi, your world, your Pepsi. The Illinois Lottery. No matter how you play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Ford. Get to your local Ford store today. Ford, bold moves. And by Southwest Airlines. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, Southwest can get you there with over 3,000 nonstop daily flights to over 60 destinations. Visit southwest.com today.
Superstation WGN is serving the perfect recipe for a good laugh, and we're preparing double the chuckle. Take a dash of Tool Time Trouble. Mix it up with marvelous man-made mishaps, and it's sure to cook up the perfect night of family fun. Voila. Gather the family, get comfortable, and be glad you're home. Improve your weeknights with Home Improvement at 6 Eastern. Then a full hour of America's Funniest Home Videos at 7 Eastern. Brought to you by TGI Fridays Restaurants, with a 3-course menu is back. Everyone could use more Fridays.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Because Geico sounds like gecko. That's it. That's the only reason I'm here. The fact is, if Geico sounded like some other animal, like, I don't know, a puma, sure enough, there'll be some adorable little cat sitting here talking about Geico's low rates.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You can't even imagine the pressure. I mean, I've literally got like 2 seconds to capture your attention while simultaneously informing you that you could save hundreds on car insurance by switching to Geico. Quite frankly, I don't think it's even possible.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to Tucson Electric Park, where it's a beautiful day for baseball as your Sox are hosting the North Siders, the Cubs in town. Bus ride down from the Phoenix area, and then Bobby Jinks. Bobby has a little something to say about what's going on in his life.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, get everybody ready for the start of the season. I think the more we can get ready now, going into Chicago is going to be a lot better just because the weather's going to be so cold there when we get back.
Talk a little bit about Bobby Jinks. Wasn't too long ago, he had got hit in the neck with an errant throw from one of the minor league pitchers here in camp. And as you see, he's a jovial, good spirits kind of guy. And that man, we're very fortunate to have on our staff, getting it done with regularity last year. And ever since he's taken the rubber in 05, he has been a very valuable, important part of that bullpen. Bobby Jinks, and a beautiful day, as I mentioned. The ball is 91 degrees. The wind, they're blowing out towards left field. Could be some problems. If it gets up in the air today for either side, there could be some long balls hit. Keep it in the park, Javier. And let's take a look as you see the Sox have charged the field at the skipper Lou Piniella batting order this afternoon. Cubs going to have Terrio started off, DeRosa and Lee. Floyd, Jones, and Merton in the middle. Cedeno, Blanco, and PA close it out. And here's how the White Sox take the field defensively today, brought to you by Pepsi, your world, your Pepsi. So Sedniker, Stead, and Kobiak, they're the outfielders this afternoon. Pretty Uribe, Gucci Konerko, the infielders. Toby Hall behind the plate, and right-hander Javi Vasquez toes the rubber. Javi on spring is 0-2 with a 15-19 earned run average. And that's just in 5 1/3 official innings of work. And batting average at .483. Not real good, as he's given up 12 hits in those 5+ innings. 9 runs. No home runs, a couple of walks, and has 3 strikeouts. Mentioned in the open his last outing. That's the positive thing he's got to think about. It went very well for him to close out that last time around. There you see the leadoff man, Ryan Serio, waiting to get things started. He's hitting .364 on the spring, so he wants to get up there and get after it. Let's take a look quickly, though, at our umpires. Adam Dowdy, Larry Poncino, Mike Winters, and Brian Knight. They are the men in blue this afternoon. Let's take a look right now as Mr. Terrio stands in there and how these Sox and Cubs are going to go against each other today. Let's have some fun. Let's send it over to my partner, the play-by-play man, Ken the Hawk Harrelson.
All right, DJ, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports as Javier Vasquez, first pitch taken up high. Cubs come in with a spring record of 8-6-1. Sox are 6-11. There's the strike, and the count evens at 1. Terrio on the spring hitting at .364. No homers. He's driven in a pair. Last year, 134 at bats. Hit .328, 3 homers, and knocked in 16 for the Cubs. The riot, says Fillmore, Skip Ellison. Outfield straight up, spread out. Breaking ball hangs high. Good thing it stayed up too high.
Yeah, that was just rolling up there. Vasquez, after he released that pitch, was shaking his head, realizing that's not the way he wants that one to work for him.
He got it. A little better breaking ball right there.
Yeah, you know, you work on things down here, and Vasquez threw a bad pitch prior to that. You know what? I can do better than that. Take this. This one's biting now on the outside corner. Toby Hall frames it right there for the umpire, and thank you.
Well, a lot of times when a guy does hang one like that and get away with it, the catcher is the guy who will come right back with it again because he knows that pitcher has good muscle memory. And if he doesn't, then the pitcher will shake him off a lot of times until he gets that same pitch. Mark DeRosa, last year with Texas, 296, 13 homers, and knocked in 74. There's a good breaking ball. Count 0-2. And here at Tep Park in Tucson, 340 down the line, 388 in the gap, and 405 dead away center. Well, Don Cooper, the pitching coach, last time Javi went out there, DJ told him in the opening, first 15 hitters he faced, he gave up 10 hits. Cooper had seen enough. He went out there, and I guess they had a nice conversation. And at that point, Javi retired as a Gucci. 2 down. 8 out of the last 9 he faced. And since that, and Javi wanted that. He said, I needed that. He said, I was more or less just taking the attitude of going ahead and trying to get my work in. But in spring training, especially when you get to the middle, there has got to be an approach that you take as a veteran, as a rookie. Rookies don't have too much of a problem because they come in, they're trying to, you know, guys who have a chance, as Derek Lee fouls it off. They're trying to make a club. So their approach is pretty good as far as being competitive, throwing each pitch with conviction, having a good idea out there, and competing. Veterans sometimes get away from that in spring training.
You know, Hawk, I got to say, because we've talked about this and mentioned it the other day, I was a player that went to spring training every year to prove that I deserved to be on a team. So I don't know what it's like to come into spring and lose that edge. And I don't know how it happens to guys where they say, I've got it made, I can cruise and get my work in.
There was a curveball that he could not, slow curveball he couldn't get out of the way of.
So I guess once as a veteran lets that intensity go in spring training, says they've, as you see that one, just hunting down Derek Lee. You let that intensity go and you say, all right, I can go in there, I've got this, I'm getting paid, blah, blah, blah. I guess it's hard to get it back in spring training, and that's why I'm fortunate. That never happened to me. I just went in there ready to play.
Right. And you're right. It's something that you would have a hard time understanding. I mean, you do because you've been around it enough, but
right.
From your standpoint, you'd have a hard time understanding how you could let yourself do that. Cliff Floyd, last year with the Mets, 244, 11 homers, and 44 knocked in. That was in 332 at-bats. So I'll give you a good example of there are always exceptions to any rule. You know that. Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer, one of the great pitchers to ever throw the bump out there. We used to face the Mets, we've talked about in the past a lot, in spring training when I was playing with Boston. Seaver in spring training was nothing but pure meat. Wasn't throwing that hard, curveball just rolling. He was just getting his arm strength out. And then towards the end of spring training, you started noticing a little difference. And truly, indeed, he was out there just to get his work in at first, which we both hate that phrase.
Right.
From pitchers, especially. And then when the bell rang, he was ready, and he was throwing, close to 100 out there.
There are the exceptions to the rule.
Right.
When you're a veteran and you've established, you know how to get yourself ready. Nobody really questions that. Until you reach that mode, you better prove to everybody that you're here to get your work in and be serious about it.
And he had a teammate that was another pitcher on the Mets staff, a southpaw that played with us here, Jerry Kuzman. From day one, he was ready to go 9.
That's it.
I mean, throwing bullets up there.
So for me, I can't personally relate. I understand it. I've seen it. I've been around it, but I'm not a fan.
Pull the string on him. Different looking lineup for the Cubs. Tell you what, they got a chance to have a heck of a year.
They've got some pretty good additions. They signed 6 free agents this offseason, did the Cubs. Got DeRosa in here, Floyd, Ted Lilly.
And that's ball 4.
Innocent little hit by pitch and then a walk, and next thing you know, you got to make some pitches against a man that's got a pretty good history of coming through in the clutch against the White Sox.
Jock Jones last year hit 285, 27 homers, knocked in 81 on the spring, hitting at 321 with 6 RBI. Strike just grabs the outside edge of the outside corner. Cubs last year hit 268 as a ball club with a 4.74 ERA. And this spring, they're hitting at 319, 5.28 ERA. And they are 18 for 20 in stolen bases.
Yeah, they've been playing some ball. I mean, they're 8-3 in the last 11 games to get that record to 8-6 with a tie. So they're swinging it. They're running the bases well. And I was told that Lou Piniella, after a bit of a shaky start to this spring, had a little meeting and just let him know, hey, this is not going to fly while I'm here. Let's get our focus on right now. And that's when the record did a little flip-flop.
And the fist just fights it off. Well, I talked with Lou before the game, and he likes this club. And, the Cubs they finished last year. They were 30 games under. They were 66 and 96. And they spent an awful lot of money. There's a fastball up high. Occasionally, Jock will, especially when he was a little younger, would chase that high fastball when he had 2 strikes on him.
Cubs got the 9th highest payroll in baseball. White Sox have the 7th.
Tries the back door. Oh, that signing of Pinella. To me, that might be one of the most significant signings the Cubs have made in many, many years.
All right, well, we saw the difference Jim Leyland made in Detroit. We saw the difference that Ozzie made once he arrived here. And you're saying Pinella, he's going to probably do the same thing.
Well, I think they're going to win the division. I think to me, they're the favorites going in to win the Central. And they've gone, I think it's one of those cases they could definitely go from last to first.
Well, they've got plenty of talent on the baseball field, that's for sure.
Now, they have Zambrano as their big gun ace. It's all about the pitching, you know it.
He gone. Strikes out a pair, strands 2 after a half inning of play. It's the Cubs nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
Thank you, I love your curls.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Your brakes are too important to trust to just anyone. That's why you should come to Midas now. At Midas, brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Trust the Midas touch.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva, men get it.
Banana Pudding Shake. New at Sonic. With Nilla wafers and real bananas, it's a frozen twist on a classic dessert. The new Banana Pudding Shake. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site, guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco, Travelocity price $219, Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Ozzie Guillen's lineup today is brought to you by Pepsi. Your world, your Pepsi. It's going to be Posednik, Erstad, and Tomey. It's first starting the A game. Konerko, Creedy, Makoviak, Gucci, Hall, and Uribe. Defensively, take a look from left to right. Floyd, P.A., Jones. You see the rest of them as Guzman is ready to get this ball game going for the Sox.
Scott Posednik takes first pitch strike. 25-year-old right-hander out of Caracas.
I say for the Sox, I mean for the Sox to start hitting.
Guzman, 6'3", 200 pounds. That ball is shot by Theriot. So good speed aboard.
Well, Scotty in the minor league games that he's been involved with last few days, he has swung the bat well, and this is a very, very nice thing to see right out of the gate. Starts the hit parade. Nice swing. He's been putting together the last B game he played in. Very short, compact, and quick, and then right there the same thing.
Here's Darren Erstad. Erstad hitting at .351 on the spring. Darren, a .286 career hitter. With 114 home runs and 170 stolen bases. Takes that pitch inside. Outfield, about equidistant, slightly to the left. Theriot off the line, even with a bag at third. As you might suspect, a huge crowd on hand.
All those people that have come down from the Midwest a nice break away from that cold because the weather has been tremendous here. Darren Erstad. This man is a professional hitter. He knows what he has to do to help his team win ball games. He'll hit it the other way to left. He'll pull it if he has to. He'll put down the bunt. Knows how to break up a double play when he's on the base paths. Basically, about as hard-nosed player as you're going to see on the field.
Well, Stead has impressed everybody here, as Kenny Williams knew he would.
You know, I talked to Darren at Sox Fest for the first time, and you know, you're always going to have some emotions when you leave an organization you've been with your whole career, and that would have been the Angels. And at the same time, you're excited with anticipation of the new life you're beginning elsewhere. So he has come in here with a lot to show, and that is that he's healthy, and he wants to prove to the city of Chicago that he's worth the investment. He is a good ball player.
There goes Hides. Blanco with the throw. And they get it. Henry Blanco against the White Sox plays like Johnny Bench.
Henry Blanco, without question, loves to gun out Plesetnik. And a good sign, folks, though. Even though Scotty is gunned down right there, he dove head first, which is an indication and something they've been wanting to see, if he would be a little bit bothered by diving, and apparently not, from that sports hernia they had to work on.
There's a tough play knocked down by Derek Lee. Controls and throws him out. Good play. Good recovery.
Now, just like that, the leadoff single erased on the gun down by Blanco, and then a nice defensive play by Derek Lee. 2 quick outs.
And talking about some of this huge crowd on hand, Bertucci boys. There you see on the right lower of your screen, and then in the back of him, Bobby and Bruno. Bruno's going to look like a flamingo after the day.
Pink. Bright pink.
Comey. Derek Lee having 2 tough hops and makes both plays. So a 1-2-3 inning. Nope. Counting Henry Blanco's throw out. And after 1, no score.
It was my worst nightmare. I was away on business and my wife called. Someone had broken into our house. We got lucky. They just wanted our things. What if the guy had still been there? Oh, I've never felt so helpless. I called ADT the very next day.
Don't take chances. Take control. A single system from ADT can help protect your home and loved ones from harm. And now save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. ADT's trained professionals help watch out for your home 24/7. And in case of an emergency, you can talk to ADT on the spot. Only ADT has a network of interconnected monitoring centers helping provide protection from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. And only ADT gives you peace of mind with a theft protection guarantee. And you may even save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. So protect your loved ones now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
Protecting my family is the best investment I ever made.
ADT, always there.
The attraction was there from day one.
I felt like I wanted to kiss her the moment I saw him.
Our first kiss was a surprise.
I kissed him. I think he tried to kiss me, but he missed. I kissed him first.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember if it was the second date or the third date. Do you remember?
It was our first date.
There were definitely fireworks.
Before she jumped in the cab, she grabbed me and laid a big sloppy one on. A nice little peck on the cheek or something. It was the most wonderful kiss of my life.
It was pretty electrifying.
Experience what it feels like when attraction is ignited by deep compatibility. Log on to eHarmony.com today and get your $50 personality profile free.
And then she said,
"What took you so long?" And then we held hands after that, and then I can't remember when the kiss was, but whenever it was good.
eHarmony.com. Log on today.
No score, top of the second. Matt Merton will lead it off for the Cubs against Javier Vasquez. Javier, a couple of strikeouts in the first inning if you're just tuning in. It is high and deep to left field. And it is 1-0 Cubs.
Perfect time.
Well, Merton, his third homer of the spring, and joining us in the booth now is the Executive Vice President and General Manager of our White Sox, Kenny Williams. And Kenny, thanks for stopping by, big guy. You just sat down and poof, we start losing.
Exactly. Perfect timing. How about that?
Kenny, you made a couple of trades. You got some young arms in here, and one of the most impressive things about this spring, at least for me, has been the ability of the kids that you brought here and gotten those trades.
Well, there's no question that we like what we have in camp, and contrary to popular belief, we have not remade the club. What we've tried to do is tweak it on the major league side of things and give ourselves some depth on the minor league side of things. And we think what we've done is we've improved our chances to win a championship this year, but also solidified ourselves, as a major player or a formidable club for the next few years. So we're excited, and I think it just took a while for even probably my coaches and a lot of you guys. It took a while for everyone to see what we had in person, and I think now that you've seen a little bit of it, people are getting more excited.
Well, it's not too often that you're going to see guys, first time you see them on the side, when we first got here, throwing on the side, they're going to impress you, and that's what happened. As a matter of fact, I've been here a long time, well over 20 years. This is the most upside of any pitching staff I've ever seen since I've been with the White Sox.
Yeah, that's what we look for. I challenge our scouts, constantly, and they're very good at what they do. We've got some of the best in the business, and we've made some good decisions over the years, but we're also going to make some bad ones from time to time, and it's because we're always going to be looking for higher ceiling type guys, championship type players. I've got no interest in the middle of the road type that keep you competitive but don't allow you to win a championship. So the approach hasn't changed. We're just going to continue to be as aggressive as we always have. And some of these kids, though, boy, it's hard to contain yourself from the excitement that you have with them. And I know people at home sometimes look at spring trainings, particularly down here in Tucson, and the numbers that can be affected as a result of it, and wonder how we can say that we're excited, when they're giving up 3 or 4 runs. But the evaluation process is such that, if we see the stuff, if we see the command, if we see the ability to attack down in the strike zone, then, yeah, we can get excited.
Here comes Johnny Bench against us, Henry Blanco. All he does is get base hits, hit home runs, and throw guys out.
Okay. At the end of the year, I always look at his numbers, and I expect him to have 40 home runs and hit 330.
Yeah. That's into left field. Well, you got to be pleased with the rapid recovery of Posednik.
Yeah, this is, it's a pleasant surprise. Not only is he healthy, he looks like he does, or he did when we first got him a couple of years ago, with the first step quickness. So it's just not a guy physically able to play and healthy enough to play. He looks better and stronger and faster. And Scotty showed up this year. He's also in a great mindset. If he can keep this mindset on an even keel basis right now and carry that through the year, this might be his best year.
Well, one thing that Scotty has always even said is what you're mentioning now, the mindset. Sometimes he beats himself up. He's too hard on himself. Now, on the outward side, he looks like everything's calm and fine. But then it lets you in. You realize, okay, he's doing things within himself that are really holding him back. And he's admitted that. So it's good to hear that what you're seeing now is that confidence that had the success of 05.
Well, no, we can tell on the outside, too. It's not just on the inside.
That's good.
We can tell on the inside one of those days. But, he's a solid guy, a solid player. He just, he's got to believe in himself as much as we believe in him. But he's in a great frame of mind right now. I hope he stays right there.
Want to stay another half inning?
Absolutely.
All righty. 1-0 Cubs.
Answer the call of the wild with outrageous animal antics and stupid human tricks, all caught on camera. When it comes to all things funny, you're barking up the right tree. Funniest Pets and People, Tuesdays at 8 on Superstation WGN.
This winter, replace the feeling of dry, red, itchy skin fast with the healing feeling of Cortisone 10. It has 10 healing ingredients, plus the strongest itch relief medicine without a prescription. All day, all night, feel the heal of Cortisone 10.
It's ready.
Introducing Gillette Fusion Hydrogel. Fusion's hydrating emollients and lubricants form an invisible layer that protects your skin from the first stroke to the last, adding more comfort to your shave. Gillette Fusion Hydrogel.
My idea of a symphony? 8 pistons playing the tune my right foot tells them to. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
Hi, how are you?
Great. We're treating ourselves tonight.
Oh, anniversary. Birthday?
No, it's
Just Monday. Well, Mondays are good.
Olive Garden introduces 2 new Alfredos. New crab Venezia with tender, delicious snow crab in our homemade seafood Alfredo sauce. Or try new grilled steak in portobello with marinated steak in a mushroom Alfredo. Both with endless breadsticks and salad.
don't you just love Mondays?
Mondays are great. Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
The tears, the talent, and the outtakes. American Idol 41, Saturdays on Superstation WGN.
Paul Konerko will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Cubs. Home run by Matt Merton. And joining us now down, we have the general manager, Kenny Williams, up here in the booth with us. And down on the field, our skipper, Ozzie Guillen. As Paulie fouls it away. Ozzie, we were just talking last half inning about all the good arms and the positive things that are going on here in camp.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I think we've been criticized a lot because a couple of moves we make, and I think when the season starts, people are going to appreciate what we have. I'm the type of people, we are the type of people, we believe what we believe, and I think I feel real comfortable with what we have. And I'm pretty excited about this ball club. I think this ball club is going to pitch well. I think the difference between this ball club and the past, I think our bullpen should be better, and hopefully it'll work out that way.
Well, I was just talking to Kenny last inning about how in all the years, over 20 years I've been with the White Sox, this is the biggest upside of any pitching staff I've ever been around.
Well, you know, you make decisions and you make move for popular people. All of a sudden, you're not going to make people satisfied. But first day I come to camp and see those guys throwing the sides, I told Kenny, I said I was pretty impressed. The way those guys went by the business, the way they was throwing the ball, and right now we just work hard enough to make it work and make those guys go out there and do what it's supposed to do.
High pop up right side. Derek Lee makes the catch.
I'm excited. This is the first time I've been on air with Ozzie or had contact with Ozzie in the dugout. So I've got an opportunity to express some opinions here, call some plays, and hit and runs and bunts and all of that stuff.
I don't know with the people hitting right now we're going to do that.
How about this? If Joe Creedy gets on right here, let's do hit and run first pitch with McCovey.
I'm not afraid to do anything.
Come on, Joe. Curveball striking. Watch Guzman get 3 hooks over on him.
Yeah.
No, the black.
No, right now there's some players warming up in the Cubs locker room, running down, telling Lou Piniella.
Lou's half sleeping over there.
That fastball upstairs. So the count 0-2 to Creedy. You got to really be excited about the way, Kenny, that Joe is coming to camp and swinging the bat.
You know, we've got, it's not just Joe.
Here we go, Oz.
Show me something, Ozzie. First pitch.
As going through his sequence, like Don Zimmer down there.
Well, you know, it's one type of the game I would rather to do. And we have a meeting we have a lot of meetings in early, and I'll be doing a lot of different things in spring training to make those guys feel comfortable and feel the way we should feel during the season. Another day I squeeze with first and third. We got a lot of squeeze play. We just put the ball in play. We're just working a lot of different things and different scenarios. Hopefully that can work. You know, I mean, so sometimes you got to take a chance. Sometimes you don't.
Oh, great.
Kenny, you're getting guys hurt, man.
Great.
That's why you are up here, and Ozzie is down there. Makoviak. Oh no. That's it. We just made history, folks.
Well, hey, you will see that then again.
You're going to call it again? You're not calling it.
It's a funny thing about this game. I think spring training is a lot of people think spring training we just to get ready for the season. We had to concentrate and do the little thing we not did last year. we're really into it. Hit the right behind the runners. In spring training, I'm real pleased the way those guys approach to the play and do what they're supposed to do.
Well, they've been doing it regardless of what the score was, too. That's what I like.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just everybody has his roles. Everybody has their thing to do, and hopefully, when the thing is, you know, when the season is over, we in the top and pay off. That's one thing we've been working on. It. Look at the base running. You know, I mean, that's hopefully we can push. Hopefully we can push that all year long. And I told the guys, and I might make mistakes on the bases. The long you go hard about your business. And believe me, I was a little disappointed last year about the way we not push, we not grind the way we should. We not make those guys feel like, okay, there we come the White Sox. I think we just feel, say, hey, don't give pound. Don't make sure they don't score that many runs, and we will have a chance. But this year we got to try a lot of different things, and we need people on base. I think the key of this group is going to be the 8 and the 9 hitters. I think Stead and Pat back in the lineup. I think the two guys in the bottom of the lineup, they're going to make the big difference.
Well, to me, Uribe and Iguchi are two big keys when you're talking about having that consistent performance that you want offensively, because you know the big guys are going to hit in the top of that lineup is going to do their thing.
Well, last year when I was a little angry about my ball club, I told everybody face to face, I say, you think we're going to win with those guys hitting home run? Now we're not going to help them. We don't. We're not going to win it like that. We got to play the game. We got to play the game right. We got to do the little thing. And you know, this year I'm not going to expect to be better. They have to be better. We will be better. And that's one thing we really into it.
Ozzie, one of the things, there's a B pitch right there on the outside corner to Tadahito on the count 0-2. One of the big things, the old saying in baseball, when you got a good division, when you're playing or a good pennant race in years past, because they didn't have divisional play, you better have, everybody's talking about the fifth starter. Last year was the bullpen, but this spring it's been all about the fifth starter. But you better have, because that's how to play right side. When you're playing against Detroit and Minnesota and Cleveland, toughest division in baseball, you better have a good first man out of that bullpen, because you can't afford, when you fall behind, which you're going to fall behind a lot of times when your starters get hit, you can't afford to lose all those games. You got to have somebody come in there and shut them down for a while.
It's one thing about our lineup. Our lineup, we can come back against anybody. I think we pretty strong all the way around. And the thing is, we try to find a guy in the mid, in the mid section of the thing to.
That's going to be back left for it. Oh. A little aggressive base running right here. Something you like to see as Tadahito is going to go into third base. And it's a 2-1 Sox lead.
Then, I think I'm real excited about right now about Juan Uribe. I think Uribe show up in shape. He playing tremendous baseball right now. I think his bat we got from him is outstanding. It's one thing about a carry all the way to the season. Carry all the way to I think he's Uribe. I think he's going to be the biggest key in the game. Hopefully he's doing it.
Toby Hall, the catcher. Let me pick him up. I like this guy.
Toby's a player. Toby's a player. And he sacrificed opportunities to go somewhere else and start to come here because he wanted to be in a winning environment and really wanted to be part of something special. And he's been great, with the veteran pitchers, the young pitchers, with the other guys in the clubhouse. And I think he's going to add a dimension to us that we need in our division, which is, a right-handed bat against a lot of these tough left-handers.
One thing about the Sox, last year we had a tremendous bench. Okay, one of the best benches you're going to be able to put together. And you've got the addition of somebody like Toby Hall. And then Eduardo Perez comes in there and is battling for a job. It's got to be tough for Ozzie and for you to try and make some of these decisions. But when you bring in an Eduardo Perez and you're trying to win some games against tough lefties, that's a tough decision to make. And then you have Eduardo come through with the home run the other day, and he goes down, puts even more pressure on these decisions.
Yeah, well, hopefully Eduardo's going to be okay because he's a quality player. I don't know how it's going to shake out. The roster's going to shake out, but we would love to be able to keep him. Whether that happens or not, I don't know.
Hit him on the fist, pops him up. Good pitch by Guzman. And that's out number 2.
We still have a few decisions that we have to make, but fortunately, the coaching staff has expressed to me that we don't need to go out and make any deals to make this happen. That they're comfortable with what we have in house. We just have to make the right decisions. And sometimes the decisions you make in April aren't necessarily what you're going to do in May and June and on throughout the year. It's very difficult to start with a 25-man roster and finish with that same 25-man roster. It takes an organization to win a championship.
Dadgum right, it does, and that's one of the things about, as a rule, most of the time the players will make the decisions for you. But in your case, you're going to have to make some decisions, and that means you've got a good ball club.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And we think that we're in championship mode, and we're a better ball club. All the way around. Ozzy's touched on the bullpen, and you touched on the first man out of the bullpen being Keys. We think that we're 6-7 deep in the bullpen now, and once we get out of Tucson, people will start to see it.
Ozzy was talking about Uribe, how good he looks. I'll tell you, he's swinging. He's had some great at-bats this spring. I mean, he's swinging the bat very well. Even when he fouls pitches off, he's had some great rips up there.
Well, I think we'll be working hard. I think we need a big year from this kid. About on base percent, good at bats, and I think we're going to have it. I think I talked to him a lot, and I talked to him this spring almost every time, and I think he's real excited and he's happy to be around, and I think he's willing to do well for us.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 in. In the bottom of the second.
My English got better in the air, Kenny. When we talk personal, that's a different type of English we have.
I was just sitting up here myself, and I was thinking, holy cow, you can understand every word he's saying. He's enunciating every word, and it's clear as day. Well, you get with me in the back room, and it's all flying around.
Don't say it.
Half English, half Spanish. He's talking to everything.
It's one thing about it, I think it's I don't know. I remember saying, okay, we're going to talk about Caracas and Oakland, or we're talking about general manager and the manager. Now we're talking as a GM with the manager. We now put Caracas and Oakland in the middle of this thing.
We can't talk about that stuff on it.
Can't talk about hometowns. No.
Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, coming in and seeing what's going on here, there is a different attitude this year than coming off a World Championship in 2005. I think last year it was a little more reserved than it is this season, this spring.
Well, I think that, I don't want to see anybody play in the playoff. I get so upset and blame myself a lot, and we should be there. And people think because we win one year, people thought I'm going to sit down here and live in the past. I was the first one to talk in, and Jerry put the big band that had the 2005 World Champion. I already get paid for that. I think we built for 2007 and the future, and I think 2007 it should be an exciting year.
Another foul ball. I talked to a lot of guys over the winter who had played on multiple winners. And they said, and the example that came up most of the time was in '63 the Dodgers won it, World Championship. And in '64 they finished like 5th or 6th. '65 they came back and beat the Twins for the World Championship. And in '66 they lost to the Orioles in the World Series. So they say it's the second year, the first year after you win the first time is the toughest to get over.
Well, I think you leave and you think about it, and all the song, every interview you have is about winning. Last year. I really, I told people, I say, I don't mean anything. Last year it was last year. This year is a different thing. And believe me, I think we had that as experience, and I know how that feels.
There's another thing about that. We all were kind of embarrassed. And still kind of embarrassed by the type of club that we had last year. And we weren't able to at least give ourselves a chance to get back to the playoffs and win the darn thing. Now, yeah, we won 90 ball games, but for as long as the two of us will be sitting in these chairs, the wins are the wins, but the championships are what we're after. We're not going to ever measure ourselves on 90-plus win seasons if they don't ultimately mean a championship. So, it's one of those things, guys, where we're always going to keep pushing the envelope, and I hope people have a little bit of confidence in us to understand that when we make mistakes, we're going to make them in an aggressive manner, and they're with one mindset and one mindset only.
Well, do both of you guys feel that this year the big difference is going to be you're not the team to hunt down? Think it's a little bit more of an edge for you guys to focus on just baseball?
Oh, I love it. I think
how about that at bat, Ozzy?
That's why we got Uribe. Uribe walked the spring training so far more than walked in the last 2 years. And I think that's going to be the key for us. I think we got this kid in the hall with Stead. He's going to bring a lot of great things for us. I think he's going to bring a lot of a better speed, a better defense. And, you know, it's just when you're a manager, you think you're going to get everything is positive. Everything is it should be. But in the meanwhile, I think you cannot get excited with the people you don't know you don't have. And I think I had the equipment. I had the people around there. I had the people, I think, good enough to compete and win this thing. And it's one thing about it. It's my job. Is our coaching the guys coaching here, to push those guys and make sure they go there every day. And believe me, we have that. We have that. We have people. They push each other every day, and it's fun. To me, it's easy to be manager right now. To me, it's easy to have this job because I think the players on my coaching staff make it easy for me.
Well, Ozzie, want to thank you for coming on and for the time, big guy, and Kenny, the same for you. And we'll be ready when the bell rings, I believe.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like you guys are already in mid-season form up here.
All I know, Kenny, is it's good to see you smiling, buddy.
Well, you know what?
A few times this spring he hadn't been smiling.
It's 2-1 right now.
You don't see the hand this morning at 8 o'clock.
That's what I'm referring to. Earlier today, yesterday, the day before that.
Okay. But as Guzman covers, and that'll do it.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Ozzie. Right. Thanks, Kenny. And the Sox lead at 2-1.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
This chicken flamethrower sandwich is amazing.
Yeah, but why do we have to inhale when we talk?
Trust me, if you exhale, flames will shoot out of your mouth.
What? You said flames?
Just close your mouth!
The heat is on. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Sandwich and the original Flamethrower Burger. Because one good burn deserves another. And cool off with a Mint Oreo Blizzard Treat.
Some guys like to relax in a leather recliner. But to others, there's nothing better than cardboard on concrete. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
So what makes a family?
Teamwork!
Yeah! TMNT is a great family adventure.
Got any moves left? Just this one.
It's fun.
All right.
Fast.
Whoa.
And full of charm.
Dude.
It's a high-octane family film that appeals to the kid in all of us.
Happy birthday! I need backup.
TMNT. Rated PG. Only in theaters March 23rd.
Consider this. A 3-act mouthwash. Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals to prevent tooth decay. Act 3 strengthens tooth enamel up to 2 times harder. Dentists recommend it most. Act Restoring Mouthwash. 3 acts, 1 bottle.
2-run triple by Tadahito Iguchi. 2-1 Sox as Ryan Theriot takes outside. That was a fun half inning.
Yes, it was. That is unusual, to say the least, to have that opportunity, so that was nice.
Well, and also it gives the viewers and some people who are not White Sox fans who are watching the game today because the Sox Cubs, an opportunity to see the personalities of Kenny and Ozzie.
Well,
and the funny thing about it is you get a manager sitting on the other dugout. It's the same way.
Yes. These two are former teammates and friends. Now they work together on the other side of it, and it's good to see that friendship remains intact as it has when they used to play together. So those guys are having fun, and they're trying to build championship after championship after championship, and that's apparent. You get to hear it from them.
And it was just foul.
And fans There are some prorated season ticket plans that are available now. Choose from 75 and 24 game packages. Just visit WhiteSox.com or call 312-674-1000 to reserve your season tickets today.
Terrio struck out his first trip. Takes it up high. Jam-packed ballpark here in Tucson.
A nice day, huh? To be laying out, enjoying a ball game, and wind has died down a bit. Well, opportunities for him to just be blown out of here aren't the same.
Good eye. And a full count.
Ball carries so well here in Arizona in the first place, and then you get a little breeze, as it usually is down here, and forget about it. There's going to be some long balls.
And that's chopped just foul.
Flags at half mast, and if you hadn't heard, Bowie Kuhn passed away, former commissioner of Major League Baseball. I think 69 to 74, excuse me, 84, longtime commissioner.
And the payoff. Hip gap some bench for out number one.
Not the backdoor curveball this time from Vasquez. It's a running back fastball. So you have Terrio 2 times been frozen on the outside corner.
Yeah, and when you're trying to make a ball club like Terrio is, that's 2 tough strikeouts right there. 2 tough pitches. DeRosa grounded out to Iguchi.
Tell me some stories about the former commissioner, Hawk.
Well, we had some dealings when I got traded from Boston to Cleveland.
Good or bad?
Oh, he was a wonderful guy. He really was. He was a big man, too. Big man. He was 6'4", 6'5", 240. Good-looking guy. Sharp. And commanding. There's a strike. The biggest thing I recall about Bowie was when I was broadcasting with the Red Sox, they made a deal with Oakland. And we televised a game where Joe Rudy has popped up into short left field. Everybody a long way to go. Yes! Paz makes the catch. Beautiful play by Posednik.
I'll finish that story in a second, but Scott Posednik, folks, if there were any concerns, has shown us this afternoon that his health should not be a question from what has been repaired with that sports hernia. That is an excellent play, long way to run. He's also dived head first into second base, which was a concern, so Scotty seems to be ready to go.
Derek Lee was hit by a slow curveball. It takes that curveball, but did a game where Joe Rudy and Raleigh Fingers were sitting in the Boston dugout and couldn't play. And then the next day, Bowie Kuhn rescinded the deals in the best interest of baseball, and those players went back. Also, Vida Blue was traded, I believe, to the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, Bowie did what he thought was right for this game.
That's what I remember him as you said, a commanding presence. You knew he was the commissioner. And he handled, I thought he handled business exceptionally well. I was in professional baseball while he was still a commissioner. I had never played at the major league level till after he was retired. But yeah, I always thought he was an excellent commissioner.
2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the third. 2-4-0 for our Sox. 1-1-0 for the Cubs. Uribe. Nice inning for Javier Vasquez.
Behold the power of Phantom. Gillette Fusion Power Phantom. Fusion Power is so advanced you barely feel the blades. Shaving can create uncomfortable friction. Turn on Fusion Power. Soothing micropulses help you reduce friction and increase razor glide. You'll barely feel the blades. You'll really feel the difference. The comfort of 5 blades plus the precision of 1. Fusion Power Phantom. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them. So you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Life with diabetes, it's about staying ahead. That's why my new meter is Contour. It has no coding for fewer steps, which means...
No slowing down.
So life is pretty good.
Let's go. Life with diabetes, it's about going for it. That's why my new Contour has all the stuff I need to get it done right in just 5 seconds.
The new Contour meter from Bear is the most complete meter yet. It has all the features you need in just 5 seconds. So,
getting more just got easier.
Make your new meter the Contour meter from Bear. That's easy accuracy. Answered by Bear.
Greg Barrett, weekdays at 2 on Superstation WGN. Brought to you in part by Payless. Look again, Payless. Shaq Bauer is always one step ahead. No one can catch him except you. Catch 24 Saturdays at 11:30 Eastern on Superstation WGN.
2-1 Sox here in the bottom of the third. Darren Erstad will lead it off. Darren grounded out 3-1. A tough hop that Derek Lee made really a good knockdown and throw out on outfield. They are about equidistant, slightly to the left. There's a strike. Boy, what a... You're talking about a grinder. This guy is a grinder. Always has been. Love to watch him work as that softly hit a 2-hopper.
Fans, April 2nd through the 5th, the Sox are hosting the Indians. That's opening series of the year. All fans receive White Sox magnetic schedules from Pepsi. For game tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. And yes, there are tickets available for game 2 and 3 of that series. Get the call in.
That's the 4th and the 5th. Also, tickets, individual game tickets available for the Minnesota series following that Cleveland.
You know, we were talking about the commissioner, Bowie Kuhn, and, you know, I know you got some more in-depth stories or stuff to talk about.
Well, you know, when I held out after I was traded from Boston to Cleveland, I held out for a week. And at that time, the rule was if one guy held out, then nobody else could play. And there were 7 players total involved in this deal. So I held out, so that 7 guys couldn't play. And finally, Bowie called me up. I was in Boston, and he said, I want you to fly over to New York. We're going to have a meeting in the morning. And I said, okay. That ball hit into left field. To Floyd. He's there. 2 down. So I flew over, and there was Gabe Paul, who was president and general manager of the Cleveland Indians, and there was Dick O'Connell, who was the general manager of the Red Sox, and Bowie, myself, and we had a discussion, and nothing really came of the discussion. Finally, Bowie says, okay, I had my agent with me, Bob Wolf. He says, Hawk and Bob, would you excuse us for a few minutes? And we went outside, you know, and we came back in about 5 minutes later, and he says, well, I have to leave because the commissioner cannot be around when negotiations are going on. So as soon as he said that, it made me happy because we didn't know what was going to happen. But that's what he did. He just took charge, and then we finally got it worked out, and I went, and that freed up all the rest of the players.
Well, there's a commissioner taking charge, that's for sure.
Well, you know, I forget how many it is. 7, I believe. I've been in baseball now all the parts of 6 decades. And, excuse me, I believe there have been a total of 7 commissioners that I've been involved with. And I can tell you one thing right now. The guy who I think has done the greatest job of all of them, who did a good job, but is a current commissioner, Bud Selig. Bud has brought some sanity back to this game. Put things in perspective. Got most of the owners on the same page. You'll never get them all on the same page. But previous to that, you had 30 teams, and you had, for the most part, 30 different agendas.
I don't disagree with that. That's for sure. You had to try and get the owners. That's what I always found interesting when it came to players and owners negotiations, is the owners had to try and come to some agreements before they went to the players, and that just didn't happen.
One hopper by Paulie. Paulie now 0 for 2, a 1-2-3 inning for Guzman, and it is still 2-1.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva, men get it.
Banana Pudding Shake, new at Sonic. With Nilla wafers and real bananas, it's a frozen twist on a classic dessert. The new Banana Pudding Shake. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
The attraction was there from day one.
I felt like I wanted to kiss her the moment I saw him.
Our first kiss was a surprise.
I kissed him. I think he tried to kiss me, but he missed. I kissed him first.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It was the second date or the third date. Do you remember?
It was our first date.
There were definitely fireworks.
Before she jumped in the cab, she grabbed me and laid a big sloppy one on. A nice little peck on the cheek or something. It was the most wonderful kiss of my life.
It was pretty electrifying.
Experience what it feels like when attraction is ignited by deep compatibility. Log on to eharmony.com today and get your $50 personality profile free.
And then she said,
"What took you so long?" And then we held hands after that, and then I can't remember when the kiss was, but whenever it was good.
eharmony.com. Log on today.
There you have it. Top of the 4th inning. It is 1 run on 1 hit for the Cubs, 2 runs on 4 hits for your Sox, as Javi Vasquez will face Cliff Floyd. Breaking ball, first pitch, big hack, fouled back. Cliff drew a walk with 2 out in the 1st inning. Cliff Floyd last season, just a .244 hitter, 11 home runs and 44 driven in, as injuries have held him back. Healthy and ready to go right here from spring training on, and hopes to stay that way. Big breaking ball. That one appeared to stay a bit high. 1-1. Second meeting between the Sox and Cubs on the spring. Southsiders took the first one. Lopsided victory. That's up and back. Toby Hall can't get there. And while we have a second, this year, when you can't be at home to see the White Sox, well, check it out at MLB.tv. You can log on to the internet and watch every out-of-market White Sox game of the season. For more details, just visit WhiteSox.com, where baseball is always on. And the skipper, Ozzie Guillen. Always fun to have him on. A 1-2 fouled back. When you get an opportunity to get your manager, pitching coach, hitting coach, or even the general manager, as we do in spring training on, It really gives you, the fans, the opportunity to some personal insight and information that you just can't receive from us. You can only hear it from them, and it's nice we have those opportunities. As good changeup right there from Vasquez, sits down Floyd to start things off here in the fourth. That's fifth strikeout for Javi. Javier Vasquez has that good changeup in that location. He's going to get a lot of hitters, especially lefties, as it has a tendency to just dive down in the way out of their reach. And led up here is Jock Jones, has been known to definitely hurt the Sox. Oh, jam fister out into the wide open spaces and center field. Lejac, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning, picks up his first hit. And the man who is responsible for the run, Matt Merton, stands in. Hit his third home run of the spring. His ninth RBI he picked up, tying Jock Jones for the team lead in that category. Down and away. Javi, last season, there was a bit of a tendency that if he did indeed get hit pretty hard by a guy, next time around, he made sure he didn't make that mistake early to him again. As you saw, that pitch missed way down in the way. Now he comes back with a good changeup. Aggressive hitter, Merton, thinking he's ahead in the count, looks for the fastball and was completely fooled. Jock Jones has good speed, but he's not a base stealer. An area that Javi could be a little bit better at. He's giving his catcher a chance to keep would-be base stealers from being successful, and he's doing that by throwing over to first. I think he has to really remain focused on that hitter at the same time and not make mistakes. He had a tendency out of the stretch especially to try and rush things and leave balls up for the hitters. Runner goes, pitch on the outside corner, throw by Toby, not picked out by Iguchi, rolls into center field, into third base. Jock Jones on the throwing error. Jones picks up the 19th stolen base of the spring for these Cubs. Only been caught twice.
Oh, I think the Cub fans are going to see a different type situation, and don't get me wrong, that's one of the bad things about baseball, sad things about baseball, I should say, is that every time you say something good about one manager, that means that the previous manager was not, and that's not the case at all. Because I've known Dusty a long time. He's done some wonderful things as a manager, and will, I think, again, do. The ball gets away, but not far enough. He'll be back in the saddle. But Pinello runs, he does different things. I've watched him for the most part, most of his all managerial career. He's one of the best in the game at matchups. That's how he manages. Ozzie is the same way. Chicago fans this year certainly have two of the best, if not the best two managers in the game. And it's going to change things around, as we talked about last inning. Ozzie, what he did when he changed the whole culture of the White Sox organization, as did Jim Leland last year. And I think Lou's going to change the whole culture of the Cub organization.
The 2-2. A good pitch by Vasquez sets down Merton. That is the sixth strikeout of this ball game for Javi Vasquez. And he's using that changeup very effectively. Ronnie Cedeno stands in. He was a strikeout victim in the second inning.
Lou is the kind of manager, you give him a good bullpen, and I'll tell you, he is a magician.
Pretty good bullpen.
They got a good bullpen.
And well, in Seattle, when they won 116 games.
He had a luxury there he doesn't have this season. He had three good left-handers in that bullpen.
Yes, he did.
But you give Pinello a good bullpen, and he is certainly a magician.
High fastball chased by Cedeno, 1-1. You know, got 2 down in this inning, but you brought up an interesting topic, and that was matchups. I was talking to Eduardo Perez earlier today about managers and matchups, and there are some out there, sometimes they just look on paper and they think that is the matchup difference maker. There's a little flare in the right field off the end of the bat that's going to tie this ball game up at 2. Not a bad pitch by Vasquez, just a good job by Cedeno reaching out and getting a piece of it.
Ozzy's the same way. Ozzy will go to bed at night sometimes in a big series, or any series for that matter, but especially when it's a good ball club. And he'll work things out in his mind the night before on what he would like to have happen, in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and go through these different scenarios. And Lou will do the same thing. If he's managing against, say, in the Crosstown Classic this year against our Sox, he'll see who's on that bench, and he will know who he does not want to have to get there up to the plate, and he will manage the game accordingly. And it's a pretty complicated process. Everybody thinks managing a good club in the big leagues is easy. It's not.
Greedy to gobble that up. Throw across the infield for the 3rd out. Looked like Vasquez might escape danger, but he ends up giving up the little blue pit. It's now tied at 2 apiece.
On the next Scrubs.
Why did you order a test on my patient, Mrs. Wilk?
Because she's my patient.
2 doctors.
Hello!
He's tried to kill before.
1 patient.
Why don't we let her decide who her doctor is, huh?
Get ready.
You're getting your kicked.
For a medical showdown.
I choose Dr. Dorian.
Oh my God, I don't even believe it. Leave it, leave it. Yes, I'm shaking. Look at this. It's crazy talk.
Next Scrubs.
Tonight at 11:30 Eastern.
This winter, replace the feeling of dry, red, itchy skin fast with the healing feeling of Cortisone 10. It has 10 healing ingredients, plus the strongest itch relief medicine without a prescription. All day, all night, feel the heal of Cortisone 10.
Introducing Chase Freedom. It feels like no other credit card in the world. And it works like no other card, too. Feel free to choose cash back. And then change to points. And then change again, all with the same card and without losing a thing. That's freedom. Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, hotwire.com.
Scrubs, late nights on Superstation WGN.
We're tied up at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ronnie Cedeno coming through in the clutch. Little blue pit tied this game up. As Joe Creedy, first pitch swinging against Guzman, fouls it off to the right side. Joe, he singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. Well, offensively, Joe Creedy's looked excellent. Defensively, it looks like he's in midseason form. So let's keep it right there, JoJo. Ball roped, foul. And if you weren't tuned in back in the 2nd inning when we had Joe Creedy on first base, man on deck, Rob Makoviak, walked up there. That's driven into right center field. Going back is Jones. He'll handle that for 1 out. Well, Makoviak came up, and first pitch, just as the GM called it, was a hit and run. Almost put Makoviak on the DL. That'll teach Kenny. Stay up here as far, far away from the action as possible. Mr. Kenny Williams. Leave that up there to Ozzy. That's why you put him there. That was fun. That was about as much fun as you're going to have, having a general manager and a manager on at the same time. Rob fouls that down off the front foot.
He's already had a bad day.
One off
one
the
in
face.
the eye, one off the foot.
And he has a single and a run scored. So I'll tell you, I saw Rob earlier today. I was talking to him. From the first time I've ever spoken to him to now, he is the same happy-go-lucky man that's just here doing everything he can to help this team, to be a good ball player, as you see, and hustling as always down to first base with an infield hit. Also has that ability, as we saw in the second inning, to know exactly what's going on in front of him. Paid attention to the base runner, the throw, and took the extra base. He does that kind of stuff. He sees things. Here's Rob. Digging hard. First step, full speed ahead.
Well, no player is going to have 100% every day, because that's just the way the game of baseball is. You play 30 games of spring training and 162 in the season. But Makoviak is one of those guys who will give you 100% of everything he's got each and every day.
Right. That's right. The way he has been taught to play this game and his makeup force him to play that way. A breaking ball stays inside to Iguchi. Tadahito, the line shot in the left field. Cliff Floyd tried to come in and make a shoestring catch. Couldn't get to it. Got under his mitt, and it was a stand-up triple, driving in 2 runs.
I played for a couple of managers that, good managers, Alvin Dark and Dick Williams, that were of that ilk. And they would tell you, we'd have a meeting, and they would tell you, look, guys, I know, I understand. I was out there myself. I know you don't have 100% every day, but if you got 80% today, give me 100% of that 80. That's all. Give me everything you got.
You know, you're mentioning a couple of great managers, great people. Did you enjoy if a manager basically had a general meeting and said, come on, guys, give me everything you got? Or would you prefer if somebody came up to you one-on-one and just, hey, come on, today I need you to step it up, or whatever, individually or?
It's according to who the guy was. It really was. I didn't care if the manager talked to me at all, just as long as he put my name in that lineup card. What shot? He turned right into it. That's a case right there of not the proper reaction, and you hit yourself.
And Guzman just trying to run a fastball in, and this is what we have just seen, a major trend taking place in baseball. So many guys now, they don't ever worry about a pitch inside. They just think, okay, fastball in, and they're not getting out of the way. They're turning themselves into him instead, thinking it's going to be a strike rather than this ball can run in and hit me. And Hawk has talked about this countlessly, about umpires not calling that inside pitch anymore, because the pitching will be more aggressive in there, and more hitters will get hit because they are just not fearing the baseball anymore at all as hitters.
No, that's been gone for a while now.
So we have a pinch runner, Robert Valito, over on first base for Iguchi. As Toby Hall stands in, Toby popped out to the catcher in his only at bat. Oh, good swing.
I know there are a lot of friends of yours and mine, former players, who are sitting out watching the game this afternoon. Feisty guys who are pitchers, and they're saying, what are you talking about? You can't pitch inside. You got to pitch inside. Well, the rules are different today. The culture of pitching inside today is entirely different than it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
I saw it evolving during my career at the big league level to what it is today. I just know for me it became a more comfortable feeling as a hitter because you saw it less and less and less when you stand in there as a hitter that somebody was willing to flip you, knock you off the plate, any of these things. It just became more of a, I don't want to be in a confrontation type situation.
Well, you know when it started. Yeah, I'll tell you, it started with that aluminum bat. Those kids came up pitching to guys with an aluminum bat who they can make a good pitch on them and still get burned. So the coaches and managers started telling them, go away, 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 down and away, down and away, down and away. And after the course of 6 or 7 or 8 years, then all of a sudden you've got a good enough arm to be scouted and signed by a professional team. You get in professional baseball. The only thing you know is down and away.
That's a good point. Good point. I mean, there's no question that's got to make some kind of impact, especially on college pitchers. That's hit hard out of the reach of a diving third baseman. Terrio can't get to it. The throw not going to be in time as Rob Makoviak gives the Sox the lead as he crosses the plate, makes it 3-2. Toby Hall, a nice hard smash.
Not a whole bunch to it. Tried to get in there. He'll be able to bring those arms and hands in, shorten his swing, and just rips it. That ball was starched.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Greg Walker earlier today, and we were talking about Toby Hall. And one thing that kind of happened to him in the last year or so is he started pushing his hands towards the baseball, pushing it out towards right center field kind of swing, hitting it the other way kind of guy. And they've kind of sharpened him up a bit. No more pushing at the ball. And you could see it right there, how quick his barrel of the bat got through the hitting zone. So whatever it is that Toby Hall and Greg Walker have been doing, don't change a thing, because Toby in the B game that I saw the other day turned on one in left center field. He's got himself, I think, 3 hits in that ball game. He's swinging the bat well.
Well, you can pull a bat fast enough to hit Major League pitching, but you can't push it fast enough to hit Major League pitching.
Good curveball right there by Guzman on the outside corner, getting ahead of Uribe. Juan drew a walk in the second inning after fouling off about 6 pitches that he could not make good contact with. Stayed alive, drew the walk. That breaking ball, he just out in front of it, snaps his bat in half. 0-2. Strong man right there, Juan Uribe. I remember when he joined us from the Rockies first spring, and he was just hitting bombs out of here to left field, batting practice, and in some games.
He's got some of the strongest hands on a bat, certainly of anybody on our club and in the American League.
The tendency was at that time, we do not want Juan Uribe thinking about home run, home run, home run. And we saw what he's capable of doing. He can use the whole field, but it's got to be under his terms. You can't tell him, we want you to go the other way. It's got to be when he thinks he can do it. Other than that, just let this man go up there and hit. Give him the right fundamentals and say, let's go. That breaking ball. Guzman fortunate to get away with that one.
Better believe it. He's thrown in that last at bat when Juan walked. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, he walked his last at bat. He hung him a couple there too and got away with him.
3 straight curveballs. This one just kept it up and in enough where Juan didn't get the hands through first. Got that 0-2 count with 1 out, runners on second and first. I'll tell you, Guzman is really trying to let Juan Uribe off the hook with some of these pitches. Juan's hitting at 286 on the spring, a home run, and 8 driven in. Fastball and another foul ball. Juan Uribe on the day, folks, if you didn't see his first at bat, has probably fouled off 10 pitches now in 2 at bats.
Minimum.
And that makes you start feeling pretty comfortable about what a guy's throwing up there.
And why is that? Because the more pitches you see,
better
the more
chances,
comfortable you feel.
Yep, better chance that you're going to get up there, be comfortable, and just light into one. He takes one down low right there.
What Ozzie likes, though, in these 2 at bats, he has taken a couple of real close pitches, which is good.
Well, I've never been a big fan of trying to tell aggressive hitters, hey, take more walks. You've got to explain to them how to do it, what you're really wanting from them to do. That ball laced into right center field. Bolito rounds third base, coming home. Hall heading into third base. So Juan Uribe indeed battles through the at-bat, hangs in there, and delivers the RBI single. It is now 4-2 Sox. That shot just the other way. Mentioned during this at-bat. Now Juan Uribe has to be the one. He has to know it and feel it. If he's going to hit the ball the other way, it's because that's what he's choosing to do. To force him to do it, he's not the most successful. That's going to be it for Guzman. They made the call to the bullpen. O'Malley on his way to the hill. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Life with diabetes, it's about staying ahead. That's why my new meter is Contour. It has no coding for fewer steps, which means...
No slowing down.
So life is pretty good.
Let's go. Life with diabetes, it's about going for it. That's why my new Contour has all the stuff I need to get it done right in just 5 seconds.
The new Contour meter from Bear is the most complete meter yet. It has all the features you need in just 5 seconds. So,
getting more just got easier.
Make your new meter the Contour meter from Bear. That's easy accuracy. Answered by Bear.
I was picking up our son from school. One of my neighbors saw the gardener hanging around the back door. We don't have a gardener. But we do have ADT. Its home security is so good, it actually helps stop break-ins from happening.
It's a fact. Homes without an alarm system are 3 times more likely to be burglarized. So protect your home and loved ones now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. ADT's trained professionals help watch out for your home 24/7. And we're always there with tech support and customer service. Only ADT has a network of interconnected monitoring centers helping provide protection from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. And only ADT covers you with a theft protection guarantee. You may even save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
ADT works. Just ask the bad guys.
ADT. Always there.
Let's take a look at our next spring telecast of White Sox baseball here on WGN Sports, brought to you by Miller Lite. There you have it. Saturday, March 24th, the Sox take on the Diamondbacks right here from Tucson Electric Park. We'll be on the air at 3 Central. Thank you, Miller Lite. And we have a new pitcher, Ryan O'Malley. This spring, he's been in 2 games, a 4.50 earned run average. Some of you Sox fans may not realize the history of this young man. Last year, the Cubs were put between a rock and a hard place. They needed a pitcher in a hurry down in Houston. All they did was call him because he was a close pitcher, put him on the roster, activate him. He goes out and throws 8 innings of 1-hit ball. He was a kid that wasn't even within the radar's readings, and he comes in, throws one hit ball for 8 innings over the Houston Astros, a very good hitting baseball team. Ryan O'Malley, one of those stories that won't be forgotten, that's for sure. And he's quickly ahead of Scott Pasednik, 0-2. Not a flamethrower. He's going to mix it up, keep you off balance, try and get some outs. Obviously, one of the best things you can ever do also is bring some kid from AA, A-ball, wherever he was at the time, and say, go face these guys. And if he's not nervous, which obviously O'Malley wasn't, the hitters are going to have a clue of what you do as a pitcher. He's got a bit of an edge. That ball is lifted out into left center field. PA drifts, hangs with it, tagging is Hall. He'll score. Into second base is Uribe. What a nice job by Phillips. PA in center field, staying with that one. As you saw the difficulty battling the sun. Sac fly for Pasednik.
Well, it's easier for a guy like O'Malley, who is not a hard thrower, gets his breaking stuff over, to come up and do something of that ilk, of that nature, than it is a guy who's, for the most part, a one-pitch pitcher throwing 100.
Oh, no question. No question. And that's, the big thing is the confidence he must have exuded that day. He drove. Here's the story. Our producer Skip was telling me this before the game, and he drives, gets to Texas about midnight, gets some rest, gets up the next day, and here he is. Let's go. Let's play ball. Drove to his first big league game. Pitches a whale of a game. I guess next time out gets another opportunity. You have to after a game like that. 8 innings, 1 hit ball against Houston Astros. Get another start. Wasn't even anticipated. Then he hurt his arm. That was in the first inning. As high into right center field. Jock Jones looking at his center fielder who's battling the sun, and he'll make the play. The Sox do some damage. They score 3 more runs. They now lead it 5-2 after 4.
Meet Rick Rourke. Rick's an anomaly within the human race. He's a morning person.
Hey, neighbor!
He just rises and shines like a supernova.
What's happening?
For the rest of us, there's the rich, bold coffee everyone is talking about. McDonald's Premium Roast. They add the cream and sugar just the way you like it, so you can face the day and, of course, the morning people.
Hey, everybody! Hey, Rick! Taking the stairs.
Consider this, a 3-act mouthwash. Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals to prevent tooth decay. Act 3 strengthens tooth enamel up to 2 times harder. Dentists recommend it most. Act Restoring Mouthwash. 3 acts, 1 bottle.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Come to Midas and get brake pads or shoes for just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Just the Midas touch.
Maybe oil and water don't mix, but oil and blood do. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
Banana Pudding Shake. New at Sonic. With Nilla wafers and real bananas, it's a frozen twist on a classic dessert. The new Banana Pudding Shake. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
When there's a big event, do people see gray? Or do they see you? When it's a big night out, does she see gray hair? Or does she see you? Do your customers see gray? Or do they see you? Just for Men stops gray hair from hiding who you are. With 5-minute Target Gray technology. Easy. Let them see the real you. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
Five to 2 ball game. We're in the top of the 5th inning as Javier Vasquez will face Felix Pie, who made a nice play last inning on a ball that he had to battle in the sun. A run did score, but got to give him credit. That ball, first pitch swinging, driven to right field. Makoviak drifts back, handles it no problem. 1 down, up in the boot. Vice President of Marketing, and that's Brooks Boyer up here to tell us a few things. Marketing, broadcasting. Well, tell us about this Legacy Brick program, Home Plate Club, and many more exciting things going on.
We've got all sorts of great things going on at the park. I'm really excited for our fans to get in the ballpark and see it completed finally with the green seats. It is really going to be a park that our fans are going to be really proud of. When you look out and it's the sea of green and charcoal gray, it really has a great look, and our friends at U.S. Cellular certainly have helped in getting that ballpark to what we want it to be.
A couple of blue ones you left out there, though, huh?
Absolutely. I can't think of 2 other bigger home runs in White Sox history than Paulie's slam and Scott's walk-off.
Shot off of the bat of the leadoff man today, Ryan Terrio.
Pretty memorable moments, even for you, Hawk, right?
Dadgum right.
And you talked about it, you hit on it a little bit earlier. Our Legacy Brick program is an exciting thing for us because part of where this brick plaza is going to go outside of Gate 4 of the ballpark is going to commemorate and really take a look that people will remember some of the magic moments of that 2005 run on the monument that's going to be there. It's going to be the centerpiece of this brick plaza. And people that are interested should really take a look at the website and see what they can do, whether it's putting something on there for a loved one or a family member or yourself, just a great moment in White Sox history. And why don't you put yourself on the foot of, I guess, at the foot of home plate forever.
Well, you can mark me down for 2, one for Nicholas and one for Alexander.
What about one for you? Just one that says gas or something like that.
No, he gone.
Yeah, exactly. Even better. Even better.
I tell you, we've had the opportunity, fortunately, to go ahead and mention the Legacy Brick program, and that's something that the fans hopefully are responding well to. I know also I'm going to be involved with getting shot. Creedy, that's nothing new. Vacuum. But you have new press box because there's some new seats available in the former press box area right behind home plate.
Absolutely. The renovations that our fans will see, obviously the first one will be all green seats. But we put a private club right behind home plate, and there are still some season tickets available on that, so give us a call, anyone that's interested. It's an all-inclusive package, very similar to our United Scout seats behind home plate, where it includes your parking, it includes a pregame buffet, your in-seat service, all your food and drinks during the game. It's all under one price, and there's a great restaurant lounge that's going to be in there. And it's really going to be an exceptional way to watch a baseball game. And we're really excited about it and excited to get people out there. We also renovated all of our suites. So those, although the public won't see that as much as the people that use the suites, it was time for a touch-up in that area.
Derek Lee, big swing coming up empty. 1-1 count with 2 down here. You've got the Majestic Custom T-shirt shop that is coming to play also. You can talk to Hawk and I briefly about that.
Absolutely. With the last renovation we can touch on here is really the custom T-shirt shop. It's going to be fun. I don't think people have seen anything like this in an arena or a stadium. But you see a lot of T-shirts out there that are unique and are custom. Well, we have a designer, and we're working with our partner Majestic, and you're going to be able to come in and pick the size of the shirt you want, the design of the shirt you want, and if we don't have it sitting right there in stock, we're going to make it for you because we have a screen printer right in the store. We have 2 of them. So it's going to be a unique store. It's going to be down the first base line. We encourage people to come check it out. We're going to have our first opening day T-shirt, and we will sell it right out of the custom T-shirt shop. I would certainly hope that you guys would design maybe a shirt and throw it on the air and see what people think of it.
A wild pitch by Vasquez allows the base runner to get into second base. Well,
because you got those kind of design skills, DJ, right?
No.
Hawk,
no.
You?
Just put a picture of a big old long heavy nose on it.
With a little drip coming off the end and say right underneath it, he's gone, and that's it. That's it.
And I tell you what, I'm certainly glad you guys are good broadcasters and you're not marketers. I'm glad you have this gift.
Well, I know that would be definitely a lot of fun to be able to participate. You know what? Since I've come up here in the booth, Brooks, I just can't believe the changes that have taken place within this ballpark. And U.S. Cellular put the money in, and it's all been put back into the stadium. And the fans have got to appreciate the response has got to be outstanding.
They do.
Yeah, it has been outstanding. And one of the things the situation we're in now is people don't think tickets are available, and we do have tickets available.
That's going to be out of the reach of Uribe. Pasetnik's not going to have a play at home plate. He'll just get it back into second base as Terrio scores. It is now 5-3. A single by Derek Lee with 2 down.
So yeah, we do have season tickets available. We do have our 13-game Ozzy plans available, and our group tickets are available. So we're encouraging fans. Opening day is sold out, but when you look at a lot of the other games, there's ticket availability, and we want people to come out.
Well, you know what? We've had the opportunity, and we've done this before. We've talked about how record-setting year attendance-wise last year. There are less seats available in the stadium since its inception in '90. Yet we have the fans that are coming out. There's no question. But the beginning of the season is such a key point for the Sox fans to come out and participate and be part and get this thing rolling early this year. And we could do it with some good series starting right against Cleveland and Minnesota.
Right. Those are very important. The games in April matter as much as the games in Minnesota.
In our division, you better believe it.
Every game counts.
Brooks Boyer, stay with us, and we'll be back right after this break as Javi Vasquez is out of there.
Superstation WGN is serving the perfect recipe for a good laugh, and we're preparing double the chuckle. take a dash of tool time trouble. Mix it up with marvelous man-made mishaps, and it's sure to cook up the perfect night of family fun. Voila. Gather the family, get comfortable, and be glad you're home. Improve your weeknights with Home Improvement at 6 Eastern. Then a full hour of America's funniest home videos at 7 Eastern. Brought to you by TGI Fridays Restaurants, where the 3-course menu is back. Everyone could use more Fridays.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Because Geico sounds like gecko. That's it. That's the only reason I'm here. The fact is, if Geico sounded like some other animal, like, I don't know, a puma, sure enough, there'll be some adorable little cat sitting here talking about Geico's low rates.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You can't even imagine the pressure. I mean, I've literally got like 2 seconds to capture your attention while simultaneously informing you that you could save hundreds on car insurance by switching to Geico. Quite frankly, I don't think it's even possible.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
And it's time to have a ball with our friends at the Illinois Lottery. And today, Javier Vasquez was looking sharp. Javi, he punched out 6 batters while out there, stepping it up. And indeed, his last outing, he pulled it together. The last 9 batters he's faced, 8 of them were retired easily. So today, he comes out and shows he's got it going on. And good job by Javi. First pitch from Boone Logan is wide to Cliff Floyd. Cliff Floyd is 0 for 1 in the afternoon, a strikeout victim, and he drew a walk. There's a good strike. So Brooks was mentioning the fact, availability. And I found that to be interesting last year because people, I would talk to them and they say, well, I know things are sold out there at US Cellular. Can you help me with things? I go, no, things aren't sold out. Get your own tickets.
All right, it is a little bit of amazing, but people should, for those games, get them early. We got the Yankees coming in early, but you got Texas coming in the middle of the month, which Brandon McCarthy will obviously be back, and Sammy Sosa looks like he's going to make that club. So, Vicente Padilla is on that team, which we all know all those stories. So, I think when you look at April, it's a pretty good lineup for the teams we have coming into the ballpark.
Well, we have talked about that first 2 series at home with Cleveland, Minnesota. Now you're mentioning the fact that Texas, and indeed, Texas has always been a team that's very exciting. You got the Michael Youngs down there. You've got, you had the superstars that had been there in the past, but you've got an excellent team in Texas that's usually competing, especially exciting earlier in the year. So get ready as there's a bouncer to Bolito back in short right field. He handles it, throws out Floyd. So one does cross home plate for the Cubbies. Take a look. Get your tickets ordered. There it is, 312-674-1000. We'll be back.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
If you are looking for an investment opportunity, consider Romania. It's not only the European Union's newest member, but also Europe's top property investment location. Even before joining Europe, PricewaterhouseCoopers statistics cited Romania as the best European property investment location. It is a country of incredible natural beauty, with a vibrant growing economy and a geographical location that is the gateway to Russia and the Middle East. It has been described by Vogue magazine as the New Zealand of the Northern Hemisphere and the top tourist destination of 2007. Local knowledge of Romania's needs coupled with low borrowing costs in Europe makes Investment Romania one of the best investment opportunities available today. Investment Romania is about maximizing investment potential for investors through local knowledge, often using local area development committees to determine what a particular city or region needs or will need in the future, and then investing based on that knowledge. To learn more about investment opportunities in Romania, log on to investmentromania.com.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox.
Jim Thome, first pitch he'll see, big swing and a miss against Ryan O'Malley. Jimmy, he's 0 for 2, flied to left field and grounded out to first base. That's taken down, and Brooks Boyer still sits with us here in the booth. And
Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer, also a two-time captain of Notre Dame's basketball team.
I knew this was coming.
What happened to our Irish, Brooksy?
So Tony missed that one. And you got a 1-2 count here in the bottom of the fifth.
You know, Brooks, now
Tommy looks good. He looks physically fit, ready for April baseball.
Now that we've got that topic up.
Oh, boy.
That's taken down and in. You want to talk about sports, you know. You have a history in sports.
I do. I am a proud Notre Dame basketball player. It is a good season, but it looks like we didn't make our perimeter shots that carried us all year, and you know that happens on a big stage, and it's unfortunate, but you know, Mike Bray does a heck of a job there, and any young player, especially really good ones, should go to Notre Dame and play.
I'll tell you something right now.
Is that legal?
Absolutely one of the great sporting events. March Madness, and indeed it is.
Jim Thome takes one up and in, close, but it is ball 4, so leadoff man aboard for Paul Konerko, who's 0 for 2. Well, aside from Hawk getting his little dig in right there.
I remember that.
I know that we have had so many. We've talked about the legacy, the Brick Legacy program, and other things, and the Sox Pride fan club, Sox Pride Club. All these things are exciting. Anything that we haven't really touched on yet that's itching in your mind that you're just wanting to implement this year?
I'm just so excited for the experience that we're going to give our fans every single night at the ballpark. And you know, for the fans to come out and the team that we have, I'm a big believer in this team. I'm a big believer in Ozzie and Kenny and what they've done. And I think the product and then the atmosphere when you get 40,000 White Sox fans together, it's just an electric atmosphere that's centered around baseball and fun and family, and it's a unique experience, and that's what we've continued to try to build upon. Is every time you come out to the ballpark, you have a good time. We can't control what happens on the field. We're going to have good games, we're going to have bad games, and there's going to be exciting games and there's going to be dull games. But what we want to ultimately do for our fans is when they do come out, they have a great time, win or lose, and that's really our focus.
That pitch taken outside. You said a key word.
But I am excited about this custom T-shirt. I am excited about that. I'm excited to see what our fans' reaction will be to that.
You said experience, and that's something I'm at the ballpark. Every ball game we have, and it is a unique environment at U.S. Cellular Field now because of especially all the modern changes. Ball 4, 2 straight walks by O'Malley has him in a bit of a jam. We have a beautiful ballpark. We have the fan deck out in center field. We've got the interactive experience of base running and hitting and everything else.
The Bertucci boys.
Hey, Bobby and Bruno are here today, and they need not to go to like some SPF 15. They need like some Hellmans or something like that.
I tell you, each and every passing year, Bobby gets to look like a good-looking Cesar Romero.
I tell you, but
that is a great experience. To
so
go
much,
and we have done upgrades to the patio, so people are going to have a new feel in there. We put an HVAC system in last year, and now we've made it look a little bit better. So it's exciting, and the fan deck, like you said, in center field, the warning track parties that people can host. We really feel like we have something for everybody, and the Pontiac Fundamentals deck is still one of the more unique assets that we have at our ballpark, and we encourage all sorts of fans and kids to get out there and experience the game of baseball. Obviously, we want as many people playing the game as we possibly can.
There you have it. We also have the Bulls Sox Academy, and opportunities right there at the ballpark to be taught how to play the game correctly.
Absolutely. When you come to the game, get to the game early. Yes, there will be some congestion with the Dan Ryan project that's going on, so we encourage people to get to the game early. If you're not interested in coming into the ballpark, throw yourself a tailgate and make it an experience that you'll remember. We want our ballpark to be very open, very friendly, and I think, like I said before, the experience is second to none.
Fly ball deep into right center field. PA going back, has a little better view at this one. The sun's not bothering. Jim Thome, not realizing that ball was going to be caught, drifted halfway, tried to get back in tag, and cannot execute. That is one of the things that the skipper Ozzie Guillen is talking about. His team has done so well all spring training, so one of the rare opportunities to see something that has gone wrong.
Felix PA calls that. He deked him out. He put his glove up very early like he was trying to deke him, and indeed he was.
Probably couldn't see it either with that sun. Beautiful. How great is this weather here?
That ball smashed. I'll answer that, Brooke. It's beautiful, especially when the Sox are winning, and Rob Makoviak loads the bases with the single to right field. This is most excellent. It appears to me that you haven't got much sun lately, my friend, so it's good to have you down here.
My job's in Chicago, and it hasn't been real sunny today.
I don't know if they have tanning clubs up there or something, but you could fake it.
Could you imagine if my buddies saw me walking into a tanning club, what they would say?
Well, they're not supposed to see you. Well, there you have it. Larry Rothschild has seen enough from Ryan O'Malley today, and Mr. Cherry will head his way to the hill and take things over. But the bases are loaded and one out. We lead at 5-3.
Meet Rick Rourke. Rick's an anomaly within the human race. He's a morning person.
Hey, neighbor!
He just rises and shines like a supernova.
What's happening?
For the rest of us, there's the rich, bold coffee everyone is talking about. McDonald's Premium Roast. They add the cream and sugar just the way you like it, so you can face the day and, of course, the morning people.
Hey, everybody!
Hey, Rick.
Taking the stairs.
Consider this, a 3-act mouthwash. Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals to prevent tooth decay. Act 3 strengthens tooth enamel up to 2 times harder. Dentists recommend it most. Act Restoring Mouthwash. 3 acts, 1 bottle.
Mike! Who's counting on your brakes today? Come to Midas and get brake pads or shoes for just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Just the Midas touch.
Maybe oil and water don't mix, but oil and blood do. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
Banana Pudding Shake, new at Sonic. With Nilla wafers and real bananas, it's a frozen twist on a classic dessert. The new Banana Pudding Shake. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
Beautiful day for baseball and also learning about baseball. So let's take a look at today's baseball tip from Justin Stone of the White Sox Training Academy.
Hi, I'm Justin Stone of the White Sox Training Academy. Today I'm going to show you how an infielder gets into a correct ready position. We do so by taking what's called a creep step, which will be 2 steps forward to get the weight onto the balls of my feet. Arms relaxed at the side. We want to make sure that the feet come down as the ball is crossing the hitting zone. So make sure we creep step before every pitch to put the body in a good athletic position.
Something you can watch Joe Creedy execute with regularity down at third base. Just keep an eye on him. Robert Valido stands in. He went in as a pinch runner for Iguchi after he was hit by a pitch. And first pitch strike from Rocky Cherry. A fastball right there. Valido out at second base now has a situation where execution is wanted from the skipper. Stay out of the double play, get a man home. Slider misses away 1-1. Well, Brooks Boyer, fun things at the ballpark, fun things that you're seeing here today. As long as the Sox are winning, you got Kenny Williams that was up here earlier and Ozzie Guillen down there. They're in a good mood. But you, as we've just learned having you up here today, and I would have never known it, you're in a good mood at all times because the fans are having fun at the ballpark.
Well, that's the goal. I wasn't real happy when Notre Dame lost today, but I'm glad I'm glad Farmer's not in the booth right now. He's beside himself somewhere. But yeah, it is. Baseball is fun. Sports is fun, and we have a rooting interest and we're passionate about it. And that's what makes the sport great. And that's why people come out to the ballpark and they trust us with the money that they're spending on the tickets, and we're going to provide them a good time.
Right. You mentioned the experience. I want to get back to that. And you said also get to the ballpark early. And that's one thing I think the fans really, truly need to realize. It's not just going and sitting and watching the game anymore. There is so much going on around the ballpark that doesn't matter what the outcome is of the game. As you said, sometimes you can't control that, but there's so many other things that they can control around the ballpark and enjoy and have fun. You might as well get there and enjoy the whole ambiance of this place and take it all in. And that's what's made me so happy with the changes that have taken place at that ballpark, because it is now a special place to go and just enjoy being family together.
Well, you couple that with great baseball, hopefully played the right way by guys who enjoy playing the game and guys you can genuinely root for. And that's what I love about this team and about the organization, the commitment that we have to the fans.
That pitch just misses Robert Valito, 2-2. You know, Kenny Williams is going to definitely be trying to commit himself to this organization and team. As long as he's in charge of putting a competent team out there, he's going to do it. He has made more trades than any general manager since he's taken over the helm. And that span, he's made 51 trades over his 6 years as GM.
I'm just glad I haven't been in any of the trades.
Well, he's talked about it. He told me. That's chopper to the right side. That's getting it done. No way they're going to turn this on Valito. So Robert Valito slaps one out to second base. Nice job out there by the second baseman getting that force hit at the bag.
That was a good at bat by Valito as well.
Yes, sir. Stays out of 2. Mentioned that was the important thing, and he did it. Picks up the RBI, makes it 6-3. And that is something that, look at Ozzie, he'll be very happy with. So with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, 1 run across for the Sox so far. Runners on the corners for Toby Hall. He smashed one past a diving third baseman last time up, drove in a run and scored.
This is also a good reason it was a good at bat by Valito. Toby Hall being on deck gave him a chance to see 7 or 8 pitches from this guy.
Yeah, you get that new pitcher out there, and it's nice. It's nice to not be that first victim up when you don't know anything about it. Brooks Boyer has been sitting up in the booth with us. Conversations and information about our ballpark and events that are going to be taking place this season. Events that have been taking place with regularity since you have taken over.
Well, again, give us a call. If there's something you're thinking about, whether it's a group or you're interested in maybe securing seats for anywhere from 13 to a full season, give us a call. Let us help you out and make sure you get out and have a good time.
That's going to do it. The Sox do score one more at 6-3. Thank you, Brooks Boyer, for hanging out with us, and we'll be back right after this.
Can one multivitamin be right for both men and women?
I never gave it much thought.
I think they're all pretty much the same.
Not true. Men and women have different health issues. That's why One A Day is the only complete multivitamin with formulas that give men and women more of what matters to them. Like more vitamin D, which emerging research suggests may support breast health in women. Or lycopene, which Harvard studies suggest may help prostate health in men. Get more of what matters to you with One A Day.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva, men get it.
Banana Pudding Shake, new at Sonic. With Nilla wafers and real bananas, it's a frozen twist on a classic dessert. The new Banana Pudding Shake. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
I woke up in the middle of the night, terrified. Someone tried to come in our house. Fortunately, we had an ADT security system. The alarm scared him off.
Mrs. Parker, this is ADT. We're receiving an alarm. Are you all right?
Yes, we're okay.
Help is on the way.
I never thought this would happen to us, but I'm glad ADT was there, watching out for my family.
Don't take chances. Take control of your family's security with ADT, America's #1 home security company. ADT helps blanket your home with an invisible wall of protection, helping to keep you safe from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save up to $200 on ADT protection packages. You'll also get a free home security evaluation to see where you might be most vulnerable. And you can also save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. Best of all, if you're not completely satisfied, we'll give you your money back. Call now and take control of your family's safety. ADT. Always there.
Some of our WGN White Sox sponsors on a trip out here. Also, we have our investors and some sponsors on another trip. But right here, it is a 6-3 Sox lead. 6-8-1 for our guys. 3-5-0 for their guys. Jacques Jones will lead it off against Boone Logan. Jacques 1 for 2. Single, stolen base, and a run scored. Take first pitch slider, strike. Sold out Tucson Electric Park. Nice breaking ball. Hit right off the end of the bat.
Well, Brooks Boyer, the vice president of chief marketing officer and chief marketing officer. He's always fun to talk to.
Oh, yeah. Well, as I said, you know, two-time captain of Notre Dame's basketball team. He's got 3 beautiful daughters and a beautiful son. Beautiful wife and Julie. So I'll tell you what, yeah, he's and done a fantastic job here. So it's been good. Little chopper 2 hopper. Guns in.
And fans, something we had just discussed is the legacy program. So cement your place in White Sox history and support Chicago White Sox charities by purchasing a brick that will be part of the new brick plaza outside of U.S. Cellular Field. For more information, visit whitesox.com or call 866-WSOX-BRK.
Shortstop Ronnie Cedeno, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Had a little duck snort single into right field. Good pitch. And on the fist. Well, 1-1 to count. Just tuning in. Cubs with 1 in the second. Sox 2 in the second. Cubs 1 in the fourth. Sox 3 in the fourth. Cubs 1 in the fifth. Sox 1 in the fifth.
Well, the White Sox have won 4 of the last 6 games. And the Cubs are 8-3 over the last 11 games. So both teams trying to get their winning ways going before this season starts.
Well, you got 2 managers out there, and Ozzie and Lou. They're really not that interested. They're sure they like to win every game. There's no question about that. But they're not that interested in winning spring training games. They're interested in getting their guys to execute the fundamentals, getting their pitcher's arms stretched out, and they both like their clubs.
Well, when I got the chance to talk with Ozzie last week, and I've talked to him every day basically that I see him, but the topic was when. When is it that you expect your guys to have their game faces on and be season ready? And he said the last 10 days.
There's that sun as Darren gets the angle, makes the catch. Nice inning right there by Boone Logan.
Don't worry about those guys.
I am just so sick of this.
Dude, what do you expect? You went with Geico.com. What, to save some money?
It's my life, okay?
Just a little loyalty would be nice, that's all.
What? Having Geico makes me less of a caveman?
Tina's here. We're getting back together.
Hey, give us a minute.
Geico.com. So easy a caveman can do it.
This chicken flamethrower sandwich is amazing.
Yeah, but why do we have to inhale when we talk?
Trust me, if you exhale, flames will shoot out of your mouth.
What? You said
Just close your mouth!
The heat is on. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Sandwich and the original Flamethrower Burger. Because one good burn deserves another. And cool off with a Mint Oreo Blizzard Treat.
White Sox fans now have a chance to share in building the legacy of what it means to be world champions and world-class fans by adding your name to a lasting monument to your champions. Purchase a brick to be inscribed with your personal message and placed within a diamond-shaped plaza to be installed at the entrance to U.S. Cellular Field. The centerpiece of the plaza will feature a dramatic work of art celebrating the team's amazing 2005 season. A variety of bricks are available for purchase. Visit WhiteSox.com or call 866-WSOX-BRK and place your order today.
Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. Experience beer cold filtered 4 times. Miller Genuine Draft. Experience is golden.
As you check out our Southwest.com tail of the tape. 6-3 Sox as we get set to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jake Fox behind the plate. Darrell Ward goes in at first, as we'll just give you these changes as we progress. Juan Uribe. Juan has walked and has an RBI single. He's had 2 good, solid at-bats where he's seen a lot of pitches. Good pitch from Cherry. Tries to double him up. And the count 1-2. Yeah, the more pitches a hitter can see in spring training, the better off he is. Bad breaking pitch into the seats.
Have you ever seen somebody as aggressive as Juan Uribe or former Cubs shortstop Sean Dunston? Guys that just swing basically at everything. Completely have a transformation, become patient hitters with good eyes?
No.
Not going to happen.
It's high, foul, and now coming back. Tough play right there. Tough play.
Yeah, that's Buck Coates out there in left field. Indeed. When you get by that railing, those fans, and the wind blowing, and the sun, high sky. As you see, it's not real easy. That ball just took his glove off.
Two balls, 2 strikes to the 27-year-old Sox shortstop. No, you don't see that. You see guys who get better at it. Another foul ball. If you're just tuning in, Juan Uribe has had a lot of swings in his 3 at-bats.
See, that's the funny thing is, indeed, I have rarely seen anybody make any major transformations being free swingers to all of a sudden patient hitters, or vice versa, patient hitter to a free swinger. If you're a patient hitter, you can always remain patient. But I have heard lots of coaches say, hey, we want you to not swing as much, draw more walks. And it just doesn't happen. I'm trying to figure out where they've seen it happen. Now, yes, Juan Uribe, a guy that might walk 20 times in a year, can maybe walk 40 if he's more patient and pitchers aren't attacking him as much. But you can't think all of a sudden this guy's going to have a 380 on base percentage. Pretty wicked stuff right there from Rocky Cherry.
He's got some good numbers. 24-year-old right-hander out of Texas. As Jerry Owens will hit for Pods. Pods 1 for 2. And a sacrifice fly. Takes ball 1. No, Latin players did not come off the islands by the base on balls route. Off the glove. So Owens aboard good speed, and that'll bring up Stead.
Well, you mentioned that. It's something I was thinking about earlier also, is how we're talking about not pitching inside as much. Well, Latin players, they're a bit of an exception to that. They pitch inside more so than the American-born players nowadays, because they're playing year-round. And I'll tell you, it just seems like they have formed more rivalries with some of the players that they're going against in winter ball, which carries over to ball here.
Darren 0 for 3 today. Takes it low and away. Well, there are, different schools of thought on every issue that comes up in baseball. That's what makes it such an interesting and really beautiful game. I've always been of the school of thought that if Latin players want to play winter ball, let them play winter ball. They've done it for the most part all their lives. And if you take a good offensive player, and you try to make him, there goes Owens. There's a throw, not in time. I've seen coaches and managers over all my time in baseball absolutely run some Latin players out of the game because they tried to make them something that they were not, and that is patient hitters.
Oh, yes.
They're notorious first ball, fastball hitters, and they learn. They learn how to take pitches more and off certain guys. They're aggressive.
Well, obviously there have been a whole bunch of patient Latin hitters. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the norm here is that they are getting down there and swinging the bats, hitting their way here to America.
That's right.
Not walking their way to the big leagues. And I have seen a lot of converts when they were 17, 18 years old here in the minor leagues, where you can get to them young and teach them to be more patient.
Well, it's hard to teach anybody. Let's just evaluate it the way it is. Latin hitters, for the most part, have much bigger strike zones than American hitters. So if you have a much bigger strike zone, you're going to swing at more pitches. So if you're going to swing at more pitches, you're going to be less patient. But you take a guy like Tony Oliva, who is a great hitter from Minnesota. Tony swung at a lot of pitches because he had a bigger zone, and he fouled a lot of pitches off. Then all of a sudden you got one in the zone and he just killed it. If they just have bigger strike zones for the most part, as there's a good backdoor. So 2 down. That'll bring up Tony. The guy who has a bigger strike zone in terms of area is going to swing the bat more. Look at, but then you take a guy like Kirby Puckett, who had one of the biggest hitting zones maybe in the history of this game. The funny thing about Kirby, he didn't foul many pitches off. Once he swung the bat, he usually put the ball in play.
Heck, man, I can't say a thing. I swung at stuff from just below the kneecaps to my neck. So, I wasn't quite like Vladimir Guerrero from the shoe tops to his eyes. And he can hit every one of those pitches.
Sure he can. He's got the biggest strike zone in this league. I don't know about the National.
I mean, that man's, one of the most special hitters I've ever seen. He could throw it at his hip. He can take you deep fair.
Tommy checks it up.
I had a teammate that broke into the big leagues about the same time as me. Phil Stevenson. He was told he was a very patient hitter. Walk 100 times a year in the minor leagues and still was a 300 hitter. And they told him, we didn't bring you here to walk. We didn't send you up to home plate as a pinch hitter or anything like that to walk. And that completely ruined his game.
I'll tell you, that is the way it goes a lot of times. I don't care what the story is. If he had walked 20 times a year and hit 300, now they can say, well, look, we want you to walk more.
Exactly.
He goes around Tommy to get to Konerko.
That was
They're always going to find something wrong with you.
That was always so funny to me.
Holly 0 for 2 with the base on balls. Now, if you hit 12 home runs and you're a strong guy in the minor leagues, they say, we want you to hit more home runs. If you hit 30 home runs in the minor leagues, well, we want you to be a higher average hitter. Sways at that breaking pitch.
You know, it did become a thing, I think, amongst players. Just imagine if you were to walk up, start the season, swinging the bat well, hitting coach looks at you, says, hey, how's it going? Doesn't say a thing to you. You'd think, what the heck's wrong? He's not talking. He's not telling me I need to work on this, that, or the other. Well, maybe because you're doing everything right. Doing everything right, so all of a sudden they don't want to talk to you. Now that would be almost a miracle, because it was always something that a hitting coach is going to talk to you about.
Two on, two out, the 0-2 pitch. Good try by Cherry. Well, I had a lot of hitting coaches when I played. Bobby Dorr, Hall of Fame second baseman, was right there at the top. He didn't talk to you too much, but when he says something, you listen. That's out of play right side. Bobby was the only hitting coach I ever had. I was a terrible breaking ball hitter. And one spring he told me, he says, Hawk, I've been thinking about it all winter. He says, we're going to do what you do best. He said, we're just going to work on fastballs up and in. I was a high inside fastball hitter. Never saw a breaking ball in batting practice all spring. Went out and had my best year. Because he didn't try to get me to do something I couldn't do. Off the end of the bat. Terrio throws him out, and we'll go to the seventh, leading 6-3.
Maybe oil and water don't mix, but oil and blood do. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
One morning, you wake up, and there it is. Gray hair. And you wonder, will people see me for who I really am? How do you break out of that?
Just for Men stops gray from hiding who you are with 5-minute target gray technology. Easy.
Today's a whole new ball game, and then you wonder, why did I ever put up with gray hair?
Let the real you come through. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
Meet Rick Rourke. Rick's an anomaly within the human race. He's a morning person.
Hey, neighbor!
He just rises and shines like a supernova.
What's happening?
For the rest of us, there's the rich, bold coffee everyone is talking about. McDonald's Premium Roast. They add the cream and sugar just the way you like it, so you can face the day and, of course, the morning people.
Hey, everybody!
Hey, Rick!
Taking the stairs.
eHarmony looked into who I really was. I didn't do anything on eHarmony that isn't a part of my personality.
She allows me to be who I am, and I don't have to put on a false front for her.
At eHarmony, we match you based on who you are at the very deepest levels.
It's the only website that I know of that delves that deeply into who you are.
You can be the guy that loves to watch the ball game on Monday night and find the woman that loves it too.
eHarmony.com. Log on today.
Consider this, a 3-act mouthwash. Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals to prevent tooth decay. Act 3 strengthens tooth enamel up to 2 times harder. Dentists recommend it most. Act Restoring Mouthwash. 3 acts, 1 bottle.
And 13-game Aussie plans are on sale now. The Aussie plan allows you to pick the 13 games that fit your schedule with prices starting as low as $15 per game. Purchase your Aussie plan today at WhiteSox.com, or for information on 27-game full season ticket plans, call 312-674-1000. Pitching change for the Sox. Matt Thornton is on.
First pitch taken for a ball to Jake Fox, the catcher. In that discussion we were having about hitting, you don't have to be a good breaking ball hitter to play in the big leagues, but you better be a pretty decent fastball hitter. No! That's out of play right side.
I didn't get a chance to add to what you were talking about, how Bobby Dorr and you basically got together and he said, look for your fastball, look for your pitch. You know, that's hitting in its simplest form.
Yeah.
Just look for your pitch, and what that does is allows you all year long to look in your zone for your pitch. You've got the blessing of the people behind you, and when you get it, you don't miss it as much.
Well, you know, he put me in a frame of mind that every pitch was mine until I saw it was not.
Well,
that makes you a little aggressive up there.
Well, the success I had in my career was because I was looking for pitches that I wanted, and when they were thrown there, as that hits Fox, just got a piece of him. When I got the pitch that I was looking for, and you were being aggressive, as you're pointing out, you know, it's a time not to miss it. Yes, I guess caught the elbow of the Cub catcher.
So here's Felix Pie. He is grounded to first and gone out to right. Picks up high. Outfield around to the left. 6-9-1 for our Sox. 3-5-0 for their Cubs. Only one way to be a good fastball hitter. You got to look for it. You can't hit big league pitching just reacting.
No, you know, we've talked about it a lot of times. That's mostly my whole career was just looking for the fastball and adjusting. But there were times I faced certain pitchers that I knew them well enough. I can pitch an off-speed pitch, a slider, or a changeup, because I knew I was going to get it from them.
Oh, sure. I'm not talking about each and every at bat, each and every pitch. You know, going up there and just looking for it. There are times that there's a strike. There are times when you go up there and a guy having trouble locating his fastball. You know, and yet he's getting his breaking stuff over. So you make those adjustments. Just like that at bat that we talked about the other day with Konerko. As he just flips that one out into left field for a little soft single. Meanwhile, 2 on, nobody out.
Not a whole lot to this. Matt Thornton makes a pretty darn good pitch. Give PA a lot of credit. He's fooled on it. Looks like a little Lance Johnson swing right there. Reaches out, threw that big heavy barrel of a bat out. Lance a lot of the time ended up hitting the triple somehow with it, but that one, PA, a single.
Here's Ryan Theriot. That ball into right field. Koviak. Fox tagging. He'll move into third, so 1 out runners at the corners, and we'll have a moment. Want to send out a big White Sox hello and thanks. Gary Kilhullen, Red Mandel. Oh, the good folks out at Del Lago. That's in Vail, Arizona, about 20 miles south of here. All of our players go down there and play on a beautiful, beautiful golf course. Beautiful new clubhouse. What a great facility. Ted Mandel, big baseball fan from Chicago. That's foul.
Mark DeRosa really broke out last year while playing for Texas. Started swinging the bat. If you didn't pay attention, you couldn't tell the difference between he or Michael Young when they were hitting. Their swings were that similar.
Mark is 0 for 3 this afternoon. Big gap out there in left center. Little tardy. 1-2 the count. Just did get a piece of it. Almost got it by him.
Now DeRosa trying to just get that one-man home. Stay out of the double play. Punch it into right field. We saw last season, that is, that he was very, very successful hitting the ball into right field. That is why right now they are playing him that direction.
Down low, 2-2. If you're just tuning in, 1 home run in the ball game, that by Matt Merton, a long one, leading off the second inning. That's popped up right side. That's playable. 2 down. Javi Vasquez started for us. Went 4 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, had 6 strikeouts. Angel Guzman, 25-year-old right-hander, started for the Cubs. 3 1/3, giving up 5 runs earned on 7 hits. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Darrell Ward, son of Gary. Good strike by Matt. Two out, runners at the corners. And a big kick. Knocked down. Got up. And throws him out. Nice play. And that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch. Sox by 3.
Makes the man. Gold filtering 4 times makes the Miller Genuine Draft.
At Sacred Heart Hospital, we don't just treat people as patients. We treat them as family.
Claire! I'm alive!
Our doctors are among the best in the nation.
Everybody say, ah, oh, ah.
And we're the leading edge in diagnostics.
This kid has a light bulb up his butt or his colon has a great idea.
Scrubs, weeknights at 11:30 on Superstation WGN.
There it is, 6-3 ball game, and one of the reasons is because of our Ford drive of the game in the second inning. A couple aboard. Tadahito Iguchi. Line shot to left field. Gets past Cliff Floyd in left field. That brings in 2 as Iguchi ended up on third base. That is our Ford drive of the game. There you have it. A nice day here at Tucson Electric Park. Sox lead it by 3. 9 hits for the Southsiders, 6 for the Northsiders. And the error has been committed by your Sox. A throwing error by Toby Hall. But a beautiful day indeed. As my partner normally say down here in Tucson it's blustery and cool. He hasn't seen that this year. It's been perfect.
Yeah.
All right, those few days before we started
out
work,
here, it was blowing 50, 60 miles an hour and cold.
that doesn't count. We weren't officially broadcasting at that point. It only counts once we start broadcasting. Since then, it's been perfect. New pitcher for the Cubs. Roberto Novoa has come on.
I told you that one day I went down to Del Lago to play when it was blowing that hard. I bogeyed the first hole. I double bogeyed the second hole. I triple bogeyed the third hole. I picked it up on the fourth hole and got in my cart, and he gone.
And that was on a day when it wasn't windy.
Joe Creedy will lead it off here in the bottom of the seventh. Joe started off that 2-run second with a solid single to left. 1 for 3 on the afternoon.
Roberto Novoa last season. 2-1, a .426 earned run average. 66 ball games.
That ball hit way back. Right size, wrong shape. 1-1. Big gap out there in left center. Sox have used 4 pitchers thus far. Vasquez, check at 3. Logan, and Thornton. For the Cubs, Guzman, O'Malley, Cherry, and now Novoa. One out. Third strikeout for Cub pitching this afternoon, and here's Rob Makoviak. He is 3 for 3. Ball hit out there in the left center field. Okay, getting chase. Now gives way to Merton. And 2 down. Well, the other day in the big game, 4 for 4. 2 homers and a double.
Nice grab, actually. A defensive change right there. But Coates makes this grab, number 27.
Robert Valito takes ball 1. Chopper to Hopper. So Novoa has himself an easy 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go to the 8th.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Come to Midas and get brake pads or shoes for just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Touch the Midas touch.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva. Men get it.
This chicken flamethrower sandwich is amazing.
Yeah. Why do we have to inhale when we talk?
Trust me, if you exhale, flames will shoot out of your mouth.
What?
You said flames?
Just close your mouth!
The heat is on. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Sandwich and the original Flamethrower Burger. Because one good burn deserves another. And cool off with a Mint Oreo Blizzard treat.
It was my worst nightmare.
I was away on business and my wife called. Someone had broken into our house. We got lucky. They just wanted our things. What if the guy had still been there? I've never felt so helpless. I called ADT the very next day.
Don't take chances. Take control. A single system from ADT can help protect your home and loved ones from harm. And now save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. ADT's trained professionals help watch out for your home 24/7. And in case of an emergency, you can talk to ADT on the spot. Only ADT has a network of interconnected monitoring centers helping provide protection from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. And only ADT gives you peace of mind with a theft protection guarantee. And you may even save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. So protect your loved ones now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
Protecting my family is the best investment I ever made.
ADT, always there.
The beautiful formation of the Blue Angels. Wow. Reading a story about just how close they fly. They get within 3 feet of each other.
You know not to believe everything you read, Hawk. Come on.
Meanwhile, we're in the top of the 8th. Sox on top 6-3 and a pitching change. Mike McDougal coming on for Boone Logan. I'll check that Matt Thornton. Logan went 1 1/3. Gave up nothing. Matt Thornton goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit. Where's Buck Coates?
This is some of the stuff we were talking about with Ozzie and Kenny earlier. You can bring in, well, Boone Logan throwing the ball well as usual. Last spring we learned what he can do. Thornton, McDougal, guys like Bobby Jinks. You have got some serious stuff coming at you out of that bullpen, and we're just getting an example of it today. Bullpen has been stellar so far.
Last year our starters were just stellar in spring training. It was the bullpen having a whole bunch of trouble. This year it's been the bullpen who's done the job.
Well, that's a good thing that the starters have a history of success. So we think once the year starts, they'll get back to their winning ways.
2 balls and a strike to Coates. And that's a tough foul. Outfield about equidistant, slightly to the left. Got Jerry Owens in left, Luis Torrero in center, and Makoviak in right. Josh Fields in the ball game at third. As the count goes full.
This situation where Don Cooper and Isaac Gann and Kenny Williams, they want their pitchers such as McDougal to start taking these roles serious.
He gone.
That's serious enough. They don't want them going out there getting their work in anymore. Get the focus on, get used to your role that you're going to be used for the regular season. That is, of course, the guys that everybody knows that's going to be here. It's time to get your game on. Let's go.
Micah Huffpire, they have on the list here. Well, they want the approach to be different. They want the approach to be like it is during the season. And there's nothing wrong with asking guys to do that. And again, it's not so much trying to win games out here in Arizona. It's trying to get your mind focused in the right area. You can You can pitch when you're working on focal points. But when you get out there on the mound and you're just thinking about reference points, it's tough to pitch.
Right.
And they want them focusing more. Reference points will put you in the mechanics. Focal points will put you probably in much better shape as far as location and competing goes. Full count.
Well, we know McDougal, Thornton, Jinks, 3 very hard throwers. Give you a lot of options late in ball games. That's a nice luxury to have.
Little chopper 2 hopper. 2 down. So that'll bring in Matt Merton. Matt 1 for 3, that home run, his third of the spring, that coming leading off the second inning. You know what, Kenny, Ozzie, and Coop, they will let you know if they're displeased, and that's good. What they're trying to do is they're trying, you know, it's that old saying, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right either way. That's off the plate.
Now, one thing about some of the players, you know, and you just said it, if you think you can't, if there is somebody around here, around Kenny or Ozzie, that says they think they can't, they'll find them a new place.
Or even give the impression.
Yes.
I'll tell you a little quick story about Kenny when I knew he was going to be a terrific general manager. When he was still running his farm director, he had a meeting. Called all farm clubs over, right out there in the back. That ball hit hard. Uribe. Paulie puts it on him. Nice inning right there for Mike McDougal, and we'll get back to that when we return.
Get ready for a medical showdown.
I choose Dr. Dorian.
Oh my God, I don't even believe it. Leave it, leave it. Yes. Next Scrubs. Tonight at 11:30 Eastern.
Experience makes the man. Gold filtering 4 times makes the Miller Genuine Draft.
Consider this: a 3-act mouthwash. Act 1 kills germs for fresh breath. Act 2 restores minerals to prevent tooth decay. Act 3 strengthens tooth enamel up to 2 times harder. Dentists recommend it most. Act restoring mouthwash. 3 acts, 1 bottle. It's ready.
Introducing Gillette Fusion Hydrogel. Fusion's hydrating emollients and lubricants form an invisible layer that protects your skin from the first stroke to the last, adding more comfort to your shave. Gillette Fusion Hydrogel.
Meet Rick Rourke. Rick's an anomaly within the human race. He's a morning person.
Hey, neighbor!
He just rises and shines like a supernova.
What's happening?
For the rest of us, there's the rich, bold coffee everyone is talking about. McDonald's Premium Roast. They add the cream and sugar just the way you like it, so you can face the day and, of course, the morning people.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Rick. Taking the stairs.
The tears, the talent, and the outtakes. Rick and I only want Saturdays on Superstation WGN.
Here we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning, leading at 6-3. Blue Angels once again in the backdrop, just putting on a spectacle for all the fans other than baseball. There's pitching change for the Cubs. Michael Works is on.
They can fly in all this inclement weather.
It is, you know, it's got to be tough.
And with all these rains, clouds.
You know, we have got the perfect view from where we're sitting up here in our little perch. The mountains as a backdrop. We see those planes just flying right in front of them. So we've got a bit of a gauge rather than just the blue sky to see how far they are away. We are so fortunate.
Michael Wirtz, new pitcher, to Wiki Gonzalez. 1-0 the count. And Fillmore, Skip Ellison, our director today, tells us that if there is indeed a rain delay, we will have to fill. That's why they call him Fillmore.
I hope all the fans have their ponchos with them.
And getting back to Kenny Williams when he was a farm director. Called that meeting with all the guys, had all the manager, coaches, and players over. As Wiki out in front and hooks it foul. And there happened to be an incident where there was an outfielder, a very talented outfielder, one of the more talented prospects in the minor league system, and he had been giving a couple of the coaches a hard time. Kenny got them all together. All of a sudden, he looks at this outfielder and says, "Come here. Watch out." So the kid looked like he was a little startled. Strapping guy. About 6'2", 225, something like that. Had a lot of power. So Kenny gets him up, looks at him and says, "You go in there and pack your bag and get your you-know-what out of here right now. You're released." The guy says, "What'd you say?" He says, "You heard me. Get in there and get your you-know-what out of here right now." The kid went in, packed, and left. Lived in New Jersey. And then Kenny looked at all the players and said, "The next one of you guys that give any one of our coaches any lip about any issue, you're going to be in the same spot."
I recall the incident, yes.
I remember, I said, I was watching. I said, that young man's going to be one heck of a general manager one day.
Well, Kenny has definitely been one that bleeds his job. He believes in his staff. That's why he brings people in. He believes in the players.
There's a bullet by one. Uribe 2 for 3 with an RBI.
But don't get outside the program because you're not above what's going on here with this organization.
And Kenny will dance with you any way you want to dance, too.
Yep. Be a war of words or
any way you want it.
Or a physical one. No. Kenny doesn't have a problem like that.
Jerry Owens. Jerry's been to the plate one time, has an infield single.
Jerry Owens possesses. There goes Uribe. Smack in the hole for Owens. A little hit and run action. First pitch going again. Owens 2 for 2. Uribe into third base with one out. We saw it earlier with Makoviak and Creedy. Now Uribe and Owens.
That'll bring up Luis Torrero. And we mentioned our director today is Fillmore, Skip Ellison. Our producer, Pete Toma. Mark Brady is our associate producer, and the executive producer of WGN Sports is Bobby V, Bob Vorwald. Also thanks as well to our studio coordinator back at WGN, Jeff Carrier, and to our entire crew here in Tucson, as that's down to third, over to second, and right him up. So Wirtz pitches out of it, and we'll go to the ninth. It is 6-3 White Sox.
On March 23rd, I'm home. Share the fun. Yeah. Share the friendship.
I love being a turtle.
And experience the first great family movie of the year.
Happy birthday. Yeah. I need backup.
TMNT.
That thing that hit us last night? It looked like your mom, dude.
That would make her your mom, too, Doofus.
Nuts.
Rated PG in theaters March 23rd.
This winter, replace the feeling of dry, red, itchy skin fast with the healing feeling of Cortisone 10. It has 10 healing ingredients, plus the strongest itch relief medicine without a prescription. All day, all night, feel the heal of Cortisone 10.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Come to Midas and get brake pads or shoes for just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Just a Midas touch.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aquavelva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aquavelva, men get it.
My idea of a symphony? 8 pistons playing the tune my right foot tells them to. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
I like him, but the thing I like best about him is his family.
On the next Sex in the City.
I just love your column. I love to hear that. This family, they got charisma. The most important thing in life is your family. They're the people you always come home to. Sometimes it's the family you're born into, and sometimes it's the one you make for yourself. On the next Sex in the City.
Tonight at 11 Eastern on Superstation WGN.
Baseball action from Tucson Electric Park, 6-3, Sox on top. Let's take a look right now at our Miller. Plays of the game. Javi Vasquez, he did give up 3 runs, but he was sharp. He struck out 6 while doing it. Went 4 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks. And he indeed has 2 straight outings now where he can feel very confident he is moving in the right direction going to the tail end of spring training. There's our Miller plays of the game. And pitching change for your Sox. Bobby Jenks is on. Man that saved 41 games last year. Getting his focus on. 3 and 4. 4 earned run average. 253 opponents batted against Big Bobby.
Tomas Perez will lead it off here in the top of the 9th inning. Sox with 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. With 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. There's a strike to even the count at 1. Big White Sox hello to all the good guys down at Orange Tree and also at Bay Hill, where they're holding the Arnold Palmer Invitational. A lot of Sox fans down at those 2 clubs.
I wasn't invited.
Can't take a hint.
Hawk, you're going to be much impressed with the improvements in my game.
I am?
Oh, yeah.
That's off the plate.
Oh, yes, partner.
And the count 3-1. Well, I know you can still hit it a long way. And after that, I mean.
No, I backed it up and gone for control.
Here's the 3-1. That's way off the mark. So the lead man aboard, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jake Fox.
Fans, it's time for the Sox Pride Fan Club to be reminded it's the 2nd year, and better than ever, the Sox Pride Club is back for 2 membership levels, increased ticket opportunities, and more perks. Show your Sox Pride and visit WhiteSox.com or SoxPrideClub.com today. Join that club. It's the official online fan club of the White Sox.
Fox been to the plate one time, just got nicked as that pitch is fouled back. Felix P.A. on deck. And for those Gucci fans, Tadahito was hit hard by a pitch. He is okay. It was just a bruise. There's some gas up and in. And the count, 0-2. Seems like when our guys get hit, they get hit hard.
Again, we have a tendency to do it ourselves, though. Turn it into pitches.
Tadahito turned into that one. Joe got nailed. Creedy got nailed the other day. I was talking to him after that ball game and said, "How is it?" Got him good. He's become almost oblivious to it.
I'm really surprised he doesn't have more protection in the area where he's always getting hit.
One and two.
When there's a pattern that you're getting hit in the same area over and over and over again, I think it's time to start saying, all right, I need to put a little extra something to protect that area.
A breaking ball in the right, and he will not be able to get that one. So Cubs going to come up here with a rally in the top of the 9th inning. Ducks on the pond, nobody out.
A nice job right there by Fox. Let that breaking ball, which he must have seen all the way out of Bobby's hand, get deep, and then he punched it in a direction that was going to be tough for Makoviak because of where the sun is setting right now. He cut across, and you could tell he kind of just peeled off as he may have even lost it, and went and picked it up.
So here's PA. Slapped a little single into left field. Little duck snort. Casey McGehee on deck. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Two pitches, 2 strikes, 0-2. Wiki Gonzalez with the block.
Well, the thought process of the pitch coach Don Cooper is he wants his pitchers getting ahead, staying ahead, and putting these hitters away. And that includes Big Bobby out there. You can get him out in 1, get him out in 1, get him out in 2, get him out in 2. 3, let's go.
And a count 2-2.
So it goes from 0-2 to let PA feel a little more comfortable. Saying a couple more pitches and making some contact. And indeed is what he's going to try and do with the infield back. A little 2 for 1. Hook it, get him over, get him in.
And a full count. Sox next game will be tomorrow against the Angels, and we'll have that game for you over Comcast Sportsnet. And a payoff. Not even close. And our next game coming away over WGN will be the 24th against the D-backs right here from Tucson Electric Park. 3 p.m. Central start.
I talked about it earlier. The bullpen has been excellent today. And the man that has been most impressive since his major league debut, Bobby Jenks, comes out and, of course, has his struggles with control. Gives up the hit and the 2 walks, nobody out in a 3-run game, and all of a sudden it's exciting.
So here's Casey McGehee. And that's trouble. And that's going to be a gapper. And that's going to score them all. So the bases clearing double by McGehee, and this game is tied at 6.
Well, last season, Hawk pointed out earlier, it was our bullpen that had struggles, and it was with young players that would come in late and give up a lot of runs, not the veterans. This spring, our bullpen's been fairly impressive. The starters have struggled, so this is a rarity, and we're hoping it's not a new trend that all of a sudden late in games our veteran, experienced big league pitchers have some struggles. Well, it doesn't count, but still, psychologically it does.
Corey Hill. The catcher. Trying to get the job done. Is fouled at the plate. 1-1 to count. So a leadoff walk and a double. By Jake Fox. Walked PA after he was down in the count 0-2. And then McGehee with the bases clearing double.
One thing about Bobby Jinks that's well established now, and management and coaching staff realize this. It takes him a little while to really get heated up. Spring training is not the place where it's happened for him last year or the year before that. And sometimes it's even gone into the start of the season before he really gets heated up.
Three balls and a strike. Line shot, and they double him up. So mental mistake by McGehee. And quickly 2 out.
Nice quick flip by Robert Valito over to Juan Uribe, and indeed just getting that base runner. Second base umpire Larry Poncino's all over it. Quick turn of that body, a nice firm flick. Bobby Jinks, thank you very much.
So here's Darrell Ward. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second. Takes ball 1.
And I just throw a fastball down the middle to this man. Darrell Ward can hit it a long, long ways.
And the count 2-0. I think the hardest that I've seen Bobby throw in spring training has been right at the 93 mile an hour mark.
And right here in this at bat, it's been 92, 93 was the top second pitch. No, that's about right. That's what's funny, because we have now become accustomed to the fact that Bobby Jinks is going to come into spring training, maybe throw in the low 90s. Season gets into starting, and all of a sudden he's throwing 96, 97, 98.
That's popped up. Jerry Owens will make the catch. That'll retire the side, but 3 big runs across the plate. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 6.
experience makes the man. Gold filtering 4 times makes the Miller Genuine Draft.
Behold, the power of Phantom. Gillette Fusion Power Phantom. Fusion power is so advanced you barely feel the blades. Shaving can create uncomfortable friction. Turn on Fusion Power. Soothing micropulses help you reduce friction and increase razor glide. You'll barely feel the blades. You'll really feel the difference. The comfort of 5 blades plus the precision of 1. Fusion Power Phantom. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva, men get it.
Some guys like to relax in a leather recliner. But to others, there's nothing better than cardboard. On concrete. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood.
2 walks, 2 doubles has this game tied up. Bobby Jenks giving that up at the top of the 9th inning. 3 runs against Bobby. And now there's a pitching change for the Cubs. Carmen Pignatello has come on. Left-hander to face left-handed hitting Jim Thome.
Jimmy 0 for 2 this afternoon with 2 walks and a run scored. 6-11-1 for our Sox. 6-8-0 for the Cubs. The Pine count 2-0. Paul Konerko on deck. Josh Fields in the hole. There's a strike. Good 2-0 pitch right there from Pignatello. And the count 3-1. It's full.
Jim told me that ability to take a close pitch like that, and a lot of the times have it called in his favor, and it doesn't. It's all right. If you throw in that same spot next time, he took it for a strike, he could hit it a country mile.
Breaking ball, and that's foul.
Pretty wise choice right there on the 3-2 to go with the breaking ball instead of challenging him with that fastball in a tie ball game.
Well, that 3-2 curveball right there was not a get me over either. That was a pretty good curveball. That's one thing young pitchers, especially at the big league level, those get me over breaking balls have a tendency to go a long way. And that's ball 4.
Well, he showed his hand, and that was a 3-2 breaking ball fouled off. After that, he didn't want to take his chances twice with throwing a real nasty one. Also, obviously, didn't want to get it fastball too close.
Paulie, he's 0 for 3 today, as Ryan Sweeney will go in to run for Jim Thome. Outfield deep, and they are spread out. Big gap out there in left center. Checks it up and takes a strike on the outer half.
Pretty good first pitch changeup. Paulie was looking fastball and was going to be aggressive, which he normally is not on first pitch, but changeup caught him off guard.
Another off-speed pitch, and the count 0-2. Joining us late. Packed house, sold out here at Tucson Electric Park. Sweeney just a decent lead. Paulie came in hitting at .407 on the spring with a couple of homers and 10 RBIs. Last year, of course, 35 homers, 113 knocked in. Up high, 1-2.
Fans have had a ball, their own personal little air show today with the Blue Angels in the backdrop.
That's going to be a base hit, so the first 2 men aboard. And that'll bring up Josh Fields, hitting in Creedy's spot. Joe was 1 for 4 today with a run scored.
Well, one thing the White Sox have focused on this spring also is, punt situations. They're not going to ask guys that cannot bunt to try and get them down anymore. They want to make sure the ones that can are successful. Other than that, they're going to be hitting and running and swinging.
Warner's looking for it in close, and that's a good one. That'll get the job done. And as we talked about in previous telecasts, Ozzie, regardless of the score, has been playing fundamental baseball.
Yes.
Just trying to get these guys in the habit of executing. And I know it sounds so elementary. And in some cases it really is, but for some reason, it's not.
Well, it's good to see right there the success. And obviously, Ozzie felt that Josh Fields, even though he's a very powerful hitter, has that ability to go ahead and succeed. He's not had a whole lot of experience at the big league level. So being a minor leaguer called up last year and still a youngster here in spring training, hey, get the bunt down, and he did it.
Infield in. Makoviak takes the breaking ball up and in. Outfield in very close to where their arms will allow them to throw somebody out.
Well, Makoviak is a very good situational hitter.
And that'll get the job done. The Sweeney scores, and the Sox win it 7-6. So the Cubs come up with 3 in the top of the 9th to tie it, and the Sox come right back with 1 to win it. And we'll be back.